All right, how we all doing, everyone? Actually, let me mute that because I don't want that to keep going off while I'm streaming. Let me just make sure I'm live right now. Hold on one second, everyone. Oh, uno momento. Let me just make. All right, looks like we are live. So that is good. I apologize. You have to listen to my awful voice. If I could do something about it, I would have by now. Believe me, I would have. All right. Starting a tiny bit early just because I got a lot of stuff I want to cover, kind of thing. So let's just dive right into it. Let's get started. Oh, by the way, the king streak has died for the sixth time this time. Today, on the early stream of DSP's stream, his streak died again. And we'll talk more about that because I guess he tried to merge like super chats with tips all in one and it still died. But we'll talk more about that because I actually have a video pulled up about that. So I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But it's just funny that like he keeps trying to resurrect this thing. I'm like, it's obviously you're not getting enough support to obviously warrant trying to keep this stupid streak thing going. And he's still getting decent amount of money. It's not like he's not getting any money. He's still getting a decent amount of money, but he's so fucking greedy, you know, that like of course he thinks he deserves $200 a fucking stream, which is just ludicrous if you ask me. Oh, it's ludicrous. But I digress. All right, let's get started.
Atlas.
Oh, look, it's everyone's favorite detractor, Stewed.
Goes by the name
Not
of Atlas
really,
the
but-
Bookkeeper. How you feeling, my friend?
I've actually got my RGB setup going with all red lights blinking and pulsating for horror, and for the first time
I guess
ever,
red is supposed to be a horror, maybe. I guess it's not even October yet, dude. We still got like 2 weeks of September left. Calm the fuck down.
today I have my blackout curtains in the office. Last night I installed them. They showed up between the streams.
Installed. I installed curtains. Who the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm already getting worked up. I literally just started. But like, come on. Like, who says they installed curtains? You hung curtains up. Everyone says they hung up the curtains. No one ever fucking says I installed the curtains. It was this huge monumental task where I installed curtains. I mean, maybe to a dumbass like DSP who can't do anything at all, maybe it is some big monumentous task. But like, you just hung the curtains up. It's not like you installed it as this whole art piece situation that you had to set up.
And I installed these right before my Street Fighter stream last night. It was a little bit of a pain because I don't have a stud detector, and I kept trying to drill into the wall, and I kept hitting the goddamn stud. I was like, ah. But fine.
I thought you said you had older curtains there, but they weren't light whatever the heck the thing is. They weren't blackout curtains, but they were regular curtains. I thought you said you had those. So like, why can't you use the same curtain rod that you had up there for the normal curtains to put the blackout curtains on? Why did you have to put a whole ass new curtain rod in there?
Finally, I got around it. I hung the blackout curtains, and they're up right now. So what we're gonna find
exactly.
Out this
You're supposed to drill into the stud. That's what makes it sturdy. How you doing, Motivation? But yeah, it's like you're supposed to be drilling into the stud. You're not supposed to be drilling into the empty bly wall because that's gonna make the
heat. Because that's the point. It's supposed to stop the light and stop the heat. I've always had this issue during this.
I guarantee you, he doesn't actually have a stud finder at all. Because he doesn't have real tools. He has like all these fake ass tools. Like, you're 42 years old. You don't have a normal toolbox at all.
When I don't have the air conditioner in, but before it gets cold for like the late fall and winter, we're in the afternoons when there is pure sun on the front of my home beating on the wall. This office will heat up like 25 degrees. and there's really nothing I can do to cool it down.
Actually, that's a lie because you have like 10 different devices, electronic devices, all turned on in that room. That's why it's so hot in there. Not because the sun's beating on the wall. It's because you have like 2 or 3 PCs turned on at all times in there. You have your PS5, your Xbox Series X all in sleep mode because you're too afraid to shut them fucking off. You have your laptop going. You have all these things, all these electronics that are running at all points in time. Even if it's in sleep mode, it's still producing heat and energy that's heating up that fucking room like crazy. Yeah, even these things back here are probably producing a lot of energy. You have lights all over the place, which are also producing heat. I'm like, this place is lit up like the 4th of fucking July, and you wonder why it's so hot in there? Maybe keep the fucking door open. Or, like, keep a fan going or something.
You know, the air conditioner's out. I'm not going to keep pumping it for the entire autumn.
Well, then get a fan.
With these blackout curtains, this
You
might
have a
actually be
fan.
solution. This is what people have told me to do for years. They said, buy blackout curtains. So I got them.
Yeah.
And
okay.
right now, the cool thing about this is no longer will you see this issue with the lighting during my daytime stream.
Oh, yeah,
What
that's
used to
going to
happen
make
is
his
in the
gameplay so
afternoons,
much better, guys.
You would see, like, the lighting would
His
be off. Like, you
content's
wouldn't
gonna
even
be
able to see
way
the red in
better.
the background. It would look white. And people would be like, why does your lighting look crappy today? Because it's sunny
It
outside.
always looks crappy, DSP. It's not, oh, it looks crappy today. It always looks crappy. Your whole background sucks ass.
The old blinds were
It's
very
so
crappy, and the
garish.
sun would come through. Even when the blinds were closed, the sun would come right through them, and the room would heat up tremendously. So, let's see. Today is the big test. I mean, obviously, I'm playing a horror game today. I want it to stay dark. I want it to stay cool. I don't want it to be hot and bright in here. It's kind of not very horror-ific. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how.
Why you kill any suspense or thrills that are produced in a game? You kill those right off by acting like a fucking clown whenever it gets remotely scary in a video game anyway. So it's not like it's going to be scary anyway, because you'll just laugh it off and be retarded.
How it goes. I'm very excited to see how these go today.
Yeah, it's like what is that one in the Yakuza franchise? What is that one like thrift store that like sells everything? It looks kind of like that. You go in there and it's like a secondhand thrift store shop, and they just sell a bunch of crazy shit like all over the place, or just random ass shit just all over the place. That's what it looks like. You go to like a garage sale or flea market or something.
I actually have them for my other 2 rooms as well. I already have the ones for the bedroom. I'm waiting for the ones for the office across the hall to show up, and I got to install those.
The
as well,
office
but,
that no one uses across the hall, but you had to put those in there,
This is something
huh?
I've wanted to do for years. I know you're like, well, why are you telling us this? This is literally something I wanted to do for years and never did. I didn't have the means. Yeah,
You were lazy. You were lazy, and you didn't want to fucking do it. And I'm telling you, this man probably paid someone to set these up, because he is so afraid of doing any kind of actual work himself. So he probably had like paid extra, because we're gonna find out this man. Well, we all know already, but like this man is allergic to holding on to money. He's afraid of money, so he's bleeding money like crazy. He's hemorrhaging money, right? So he probably paid someone for the people to like install it or something. I wouldn't be surprised.
I bought a power drill and everything. You know, now I finally got everything going. I'm like, all right.
Oh, you finally bought a power drill after 42 fucking years. 42 years and owning 2 different condos, and you finally bought a power drill, Phil. Like, when I moved into my first apartment, I had like a little mini like toolbox that had like the bare essential tools, including a power drill / screwdriver. I mean, come on. Why are you buying your first fucking tool set? Not even a real tool set, but your first fucking tool at age like 42, 43. Come on. And you call yourself, like, I hate to be like using gender stereotypes and stuff like that, right? Because I don't really believe in it. But like, you're supposedly a man. You think you're a man, but you don't have your own fucking set of tools. Even if it's like hand-me-down used tools, they still count. Like, I got all my tools mostly from my dad, except for the power drill, which I bought, but come on.
Right. I'm getting handy around the house. I'm learning how to do stuff, right? I hung
Oh my
all
god.
the soundproofing behind me last month, and now I'm getting curtains up and everything. This is good.
Yeah, and you have to do... Wait a second. I'm sorry, I know I'm pausing a lot when it's only a 6-minute video, but when quote unquote installed the soundproofing foam, which obviously took way fucking too long to do just that, right? He had to do it on stream. He does almost everything on stream. We saw in today's live stream, we saw that so I'm sorry, let me back up a second here. Apparently the blackout curtains he bought here that he's talking about here wasn't good enough. So he bought a different set of blackout curtains that had the reflective shiny back to them because that'll somehow make a difference apparently. He bought that and he actively hung those up during his fucking gameplay stream of Astrobot, right? Why the hell? So he stopped everything he was doing to install blackout curtains during his actual gameplay. But you didn't do it this time when you hung these ones up. Well, I wonder why you didn't do it then, Phil. Like, because we all know, God forbid, he has to fucking do everything on stream. He can't do anything off stream because he's not getting paid for it, guys. He has to get paid for everything so he can write every fucking stupid little thing off on his taxes. He has to. It's so fucking cringe. But he has to fucking write everything off. So he's writing off all these blackout curtains. I guarantee you he is. So he's like, well, I have to hang it up because I can't actually do any improvements around the house off stream. I got to do it when I'm on stream, right? It's so bad. Hey, Crafty, how are you?
For Mr. Puffy Nipples. I don't want to sound like an asshole. Why wouldn't you get a stud finder before you make holes in the wall? Because I don't have one. I don't have a stud finder.
It's like $10, $5. Again, most of the tools I have were hand-me-downs. Doesn't your dad have, like, tools? Doesn't he, like, have something you could... Well, I mean, you moved across the fucking country. Never mind, I forgot. He moved across the country to get away from his family, so he doesn't have... He can't just go to his parents' house or anything like that. My bad, I forgot. It's still, like, $5 or $10. Like, let's go to Ace Hardware or something, or Home Depot, and you can get a small, cheap one for cheap. They're not that expensive.
I could buy one, you're right. But I don't have one. So I just...
but of course, he doesn't actually go to stores. He just goes to Amazon and buys everything on fucking Amazon, of course.
Do what I do. So now I have some extra holes in the wall, but it doesn't matter because the blinds are blocking them anyway. And it's just drywall. You can fill in drywall holes.
You're not going to. You're not going to, though.
Trust me, my walls have all these holes from the previous owners. Like over on this wall over here, they had like a
previous owners, aka Phil in the past doing something stupid to it. Yeah, he took the grill, but not the tools, exactly. And it's like, I mean, I've lived in this one apartment for like over 10 years, so I'm not one to talk. I have a shitload of holes in my walls from hanging different things up or like posting up posters or wall scrolls because I have a lot of different anime wall scrolls hanging up. I got picture frames, all the stuff attached to the walls. I got like a media case like suspended on the wall. So like when it comes time for me to eventually move out of this apartment, like I'm probably not getting my security deposit back because I have so many fucking holes in the walls and everything from hanging different stuff on the walls over the past 10 fucking years. But I mean, that's fine because I didn't figure I don't plan on getting my security deposit back anyway. But I rent, so it's like he technically owns the place. He's still paying the mortgage on it, but he technically owns that small condo, so I guess it doesn't really matter as much.
Rack that was up on the wall, and they just left all these holes in the wall.
Right,
there.
most people do, because most people actually like their family.
In the walls from the previous owner.
He doesn't,
obviously.
obviously.
I just never filled them in, but you know, when I get around to it, I probably will. But you know, what are you gonna do? I probably should get a stud finder. You're probably right. But for me, it's not that big of a deal. Like over here, putting these panels up was a pain because I kept hitting the studs. So I would just go around, or maybe only put the holes on certain edges. But as you can see, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's worked. There's no.
Oh yeah, he
problem.
does that
Nothing's coming
quite a
off the
bit.
wall. You know, but if I wanted to be ultra professional, you're right. I should buy a stud finder. I mean, I went
DSP
through the trouble of
barely
buying
has a
the power drill and all
screwdriver.
of
He
that,
is
so
built
why I didn't buy
different.
the stud finder, I don't know. I'm just not smart. What can I say?
You definitely are.
Phil, DSP, right? Okay, so thank you for that.
Dumbass side, Phil.
No Sleep Real Vibes is here and says, good morning, Phil. How are your blackout curtains so far, King? So far, so good. As you can see, there is
Cringe.
no light in here. They are blocking all of the light.
Actually, I
coming in
can't
from the
see
window.
shit. I just see
None
your
of that light is
ugly
affecting
ass
my setup
fucking
whatsoever.
background.
It looks exactly the same as if it were nighttime right now in here, which
Does
is cool
it?
because we're about to play a horror game, and I
It
want it to be
doesn't look
dark.
like it's.
You know, I don't want it to be light in here with the horror. But the
How does this look dark? This does not look dark because you have a million fucking lighted up toys in the background, Phil. This is not like a good atmosphere for a horror game. If you want it to look like a horror game, shut half of these fucking lights off, maybe. Like, it does not look dark at all.
question is, will the room heat up? Now let's see, because there is full
Yeah,
sun
the
right
room's
now
gonna heat up because again, you have so many electronic devices turned
at the front of
on.
my house. Let me go walk towards the window and see how warm it feels. So
What?
basically,
Oh my god.
the only warmth that I feel is, you know, where the curtains are connecting in the middle. There's a tiny bit of sun coming through, and if I put my hand there, I can feel warm. But when I'm like putting my hand right on the curtain, I feel nothing, no warmth. If I touch it, then I feel it. So I think it's working. I think that they're
I think it's working,
absorbing
guys.
the light. It's absorbing the sunlight, and it's absorbing all the heat. And the
He's
room isn't really,
making
like,
it
warming up.
sound like. Oh my god, he's making it sound like the curtains are like super high tech, having AI built into the fucking curtains to like auto absorb the heat and convert it into like electricity for his house or some crazy shit like that. I'm like, bro, it's literally just a piece of cloth. It's like, oh, but it's working, guys. I think. Oh,
right now. Now I don't know. It's gonna be all afternoon. We're testing this, right?
testing.
Now, what's funny is someone had said,
How little do you have going on in your fucking life if the peak of your week, hey, that rhymed, but if the most exciting thing going on in your fucking week is getting light out curtains for your fucking room, your office, like how fucking pathetic is that?
that there's like a special kind of blackout curtain that has a reflective surface on the back. So it literally will reflect the sun back out the window. I don't think that's what I have, but you know, I ordered these off of Amazon, and when my wife and I were looking,
You don't think? Like, go up and look. Like, it won't take 2 seconds to go look at the reflective to see if it's reflective on the back or not. What is the next card reading? You mean like tarot card reading? I guess I could do another. Oh, probably gonna do another one maybe around Halloween time again. I guess I could.
these are the more expensive ones. These are like 40 or 50.
I mean, it doesn't have to be obviously in Halloween time or whatever, but we can see.
$. The other ones that I see on Amazon are like 25. So these are like the better ones that's available on Amazon. So you would think that these are good, but maybe not. If you know, if I test these for like a week and they're not really helping with the heat,
Didn't you check the reviews for the curtains before you bought them, Phil?
I'll go look for another kind. You know, the kind of curtain rod that I have, it comes right off, and you can just take the curtain off and swap for another curtain.
Yeah, that's what curtain rods do, Phil.
And it's not a
That's
big
how they
deal if
work.
I want to swap the curtains, but you know, I don't know how else I could really do it. What I could do, but from Amazon, I think I got the best ones. So,
AKA the most expensive ones. He found the most expensive curtains he could find, and he was like, "Oh well, it must be good because it's most expensive ones."
I think we'll be fine. Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that, Crafty.
it's a thick fabric. It's a heavy fabric. It's a thick fabric.
Fortunately, I lost both of my grandparents, both of my grandpas, kind of recently. Well, not recently, about a year ago.
And it's completely blocking the light. Like, I don't see any light, you know, around the edge, the top, but that's it. It seems to be working really well. So we'll see what happens today. Okay. All right. Anyway, so
Okay,
good
so that
stuff.
one's done. What? Oh yes, this. Playback speed that up a tiny bit.
Atlas, in the hot.
Find when I'm trying to do clips. It helped yesterday. Here, I'll say this. Next topic. officially on the show. The reason I'm doing that is it helps me to find when I'm trying to do clips. It helps me to find the place to clip because I go like this. But also, there's some people who've been putting timestamps on the videos, and apparently when I say next topic, they can catch that. Okay. Okay. So yesterday was React Day. Okay. And during React Day on DSP Reacts, I watched a skit that was about how guys always seem to skip leg day. Right now, honestly, I don't even know the meme, but I guess the meme is that people who work out regularly don't like leg day because leg day is the hardest day. It's like the most painful, grueling day. All right. Now, I don't understand this because when I used to work out, leg day was the easiest day for me. Okay?
X'd out on that.
This was like a long time ago when I was lifting weights, but when I did this, leg day was the easiest day for me.
Just stop. We all know you never fucking lifted or worked out in your life.
Always. I thought it was the easiest exercises. Okay. So why is it? Right? Well, we were talking about this yesterday on the show, and I said, it's because for some reason, don't ask me why, because I don't even know how this started or anything. Right?
It's called a meme, Phil. A meme. Like you. You're a living meme.
I've always walked on my toes. I do. I walk on
Autism.
my toes. I don't know why. I feel better at balance standing on my toes than I do standing flat on my feet. And it's not that I never stand flat on my feet. It's when I walk. When I'm standing still, I'm standing flat.
No, you're not. Like when you're standing still, you're still not standing still because you're swaying back and forth. Because you're autistic. And there's nothing wrong with being autistic, mind you. I'm on the spectrum myself. So, but yeah, I mean, these are clearly signs of autism. Like, it's fine, but like, obviously they're, what are they called? The nervous tics. So sometimes people get, not coping, it's, like the autistic tics where it's like you're swaying back and forth. It's definitely a tic of his, right? It's like an autistic tic, or it's oh, what the heck is it? It's like not sensate. That's, you know, we all know what we're talking about.
But when I walk, I literally am walking on my toes. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of autistic people do that. You're not the only one, Phil.
And a lot of people say, "What? Why?" Yeah, I don't know. I really have no clue. It's always been like that. Okay.
Yeah, he had a hard time lifting like a gallon of a jug of milk. So
now the thing is, I actually
he had a hard time holding up a glass bowl that had chicken, like that one chicken food in it from his Feasting of the King. He was shaking when he was holding it.
Even notice this or know much about it. And then it was around the mid 2000s. Okay. And I had some friends over.
It's like fidgeting. It's that like autistic trait where you like, oh, there's a word for it. It's not tick. It's like, it's not fidgeting. It's not tick. It's like autistic. Everyone has like a different way that it presents to them. Like some people kind of like rock back and forth. Some people kind of like wriggle the hand or spasm like a little bit or something like that. It's just like an autistic trait that people get. That's all.
This is when I was living in an apartment, a shared apartment with two other roommates.
And it's pretty much why he sways back and forth.
And I was basically like in shorts that day. And a lot of my friends had never seen me in shorts because, you know, in the Street Fighter days, you go to arcade, you're wearing jeans or whatever. You wouldn't be in shorts. So a lot of people had never seen me in shorts before. So they came over to my place and they said, "Phil, yo, your legs are like jacked." And I was like, "What?" I never heard anyone say that to me before or whatever. You know, I was in my like mid 20s. Okay. This is like a long time ago. They're like, "Yeah, dude, like your legs are like buff."
More things that never ever happened. Cause I'm like, I don't think you actually had friends at all, Phil. So I'm kind of putting an X out on all of this shit right now.
Which is shocking.
This whole video is
we
just
didn't know that you had such buff legs or whatever. I'm like, what? So, you know, I looked into it. It's because I'm walking on my toes all the time.
What?
All of my leg muscles are large, like both my calves, as well as, you know, like my thigh muscles are
actually, it would just technically be just your calves that would be a little bit larger if that was the case. Not all your leg muscles everywhere in your leg, just the calves.
Very like lean and strong and big. And I don't work out or anything like that. I don't. So it's just because I've walked on my toes my whole life. So when I used to lift weights, leg day was easy for me.
Well, that might be a learning, what is it called? Learning disability. Because learning disability doesn't always mean autism. Because, I mean, I know I struggled in high school a lot myself. So I probably had some kind of learning disorder. Not disability, learning disorder. Because I know I had a learning disorder. like I didn't learn very well by taking notes. I was more of a visual learner, so I kind of learned more by seeing and doing than by taking notes type of thing. So that might just be a learning disorder.
Because my muscles were already big down there. So leg day was like, this is not a big deal. And I would always just turbo through it, and it didn't hurt, and it wasn't a big deal.
And of course, when I was a kid, autism wasn't as well understood or well known, so I was never tested when I was in school. So I never got tested for autism or learning disabilities or anything like that when I was a kid.
Everything else, the whole upper body stuff, that's where it was work for me. And I'm buffing up and I'm doing all the upper body.
You did not buff up. You were never muscular at all, Phil. In your early days of YouTube, you just looked fat and chubby. You did not look like you were buff.
The tougher thing for me, but the lower body was always easy. So I guess this is the meme or whatever. It just doesn't make sense to me, because what's the big deal? This is me. I watched the meme on the re-ack show.
Yeah, I was terrible at math too. Math was my worst subject. My best subjects were art, English, and history. But I hated science and I hated math. Math was my worst.
And that's just my reaction. That's what I say. So we move on, right? And now people are like, oh, this is my detractors, right? They have nothing to do. They literally have nothing to talk about anymore, because the fucking champion.
We have plenty to talk about, Phil. What are you talking about? The champions thing is still being talked about because you still have the goddamn account. And you still spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on that account. And even if you take WWE Champions away, we still have a shitload of stuff that you constantly do to this fucking day. Like, someone counted it out, and I think for the early stream that he did today, he had 72 fucking begs or something like that. It was his begging is ramping up to such an egregious, huge amount that it is so vile and awful. Just the amount of begging is ramping up so fucking bad.
Meme is over with. There's nothing they can say about that. All the old shit they used to say, it's all been addressed. It's done, right? So they're like, well, I can't believe that Phil said that on the show.
Well, I mean, he did. I mean, he grow up back in those days anyway? He's older than I am. He's 42, so he's what, 4 or 5 years older than me, I know. So I guess he grew up back in those days too. Phil probably stayed inside. He probably wasn't the type to actually go outside and play. He was probably the teacher's pet that would stay inside and help the teacher out where all the other kids were on recess or whatever like that. That's probably him sucking up to the teachers or whatever.
He's full of it. And you might think I'm
Or
exaggerating. Dude, there was a
nuns
giant
or
thread
wherever
on
he
Twitter about
was.
it. There were a couple of them made videos about it. I'm not kidding you. This is what they were talking about yesterday. That Phil says he has giant buff legs and he's lying about it. It's just another thing he does. He's such a liar. He literally every day he just makes lies about it.
I mean, I've never seen a detractor mention that before. I know we all doubt that you've ever lifted weights because there's no proof and no evidence, and we've never seen a single picture of you when you were quote unquote buff. So I mean, there's that, but I haven't really heard anyone talking about your fucking legs before.
About everything. And I'm thinking to myself, I could understand if it was something important, right? Why do you think?
He probably wouldn't have, if he was actually outside in the playgrounds at those times, he wouldn't have. Probably not.
That I would lie about my legs.
Oh, I'm sorry, Thomas. That sucks.
What does it even matter? It doesn't. I'm not better than anyone because I might have big calves. You know what I mean? I'm not one of these guys who's a gym rat who all I care about is how my body looks, because that's my one value in life. The only piece of work that I get out of my life is that I have a muscled body. I don't care if I have a muscled body. I have no reason for a muscled body.
I mean, that's a massive assumption too. You're just writing off every single person who goes to the gym. He is now writing off as some muscle bro, and all they have going for them is their entire their body and how good their body looks. No, that's not true, Phil. Sorry, most of the people I mean, I don't go to the gym. I'm overweight. I should go to the gym, but I don't because I'm lazy. And I don't have a whole lot of time in my schedule, really. I probably should make time because, again, I am overweight, so I do need to work out. Or exercise. But, you're just massively making assumptions, again, about an entire group of people you don't even fucking know. But it's like, oh, because they work out, they the only thing they have going for them is their jacked up muscled body. I'm like, what's wrong with wanting to look good, Phil? There's nothing wrong with that.
Body, it would go to waste if I had it, because I don't need a muscled body or anything. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
So,
you can
it's not like
change
this
your
is a
birthday
flex.
though.
Because I said I'm literally just stating facts.
No, a whole
my
month
reaction
for your
show.
birthday
I was like,
though.
that's why I didn't understand the meme. The meme was that guys always skip leg day because they say it's the hardest day of the week, and there's jokes there about how
You
the
don't get a lot of memes,
I
Phil.
accidentally skipped leg day, but I never would have skipped leg day. That's the point I'm making. Like leg day was the easy day for me. Well, I don't get it. Why? Because I have big legs. You're a liar.
I mean, he
Phil.
does
Phil
groom
lies about
kids.
everything. He's a liar.
No
There's
one's.
no way he could have
Oh my god.
big legs.
No one is saying that because no one cares. We're doubting that you ever worked out. We doubt that you were ever buff, but I've never heard anyone talking about your legs before this period when you showed your legs and you're making all these claims that your legs are super buff when, spoiler alert, they are not. They're just normal looking fucking legs to me, but okay.
Okay. So last night, I'm like, watch this. Because I know exactly what's going to happen. Because I'm not stupid.
AKA, watch this, because I have Twitter Blue, I'm gonna farm some engagement to try to make a few pennies on Twitter Blue to blow it up by making some big controversial thing.
Stupid anymore. I'm kind of slide all this shit, right? So I said, okay, I'm going to do something and watch the reaction to this, how stupid this is going to be. All right, you ready? So on Twitter, well, I guess you should say X, or does it even fucking matter what you call it at this point? Probably not, right?
It's
So
Twitter.
I do a post. Today on stream, I watched a skip leg day skit, and I didn't get it because I said I'd never skip leg day because I have giant calves because I've walked on my toes my entire life. My detractors think I'm lying. Here's my leg right now. You be the judge. Why would I even lie about this one? All right.
I don't know, why would you even lie about that? Maybe because you lie about fucking everything ever. Even the stupidest, smallest little thing you will lie about. So why wouldn't you lie about this? Again, this looks like a normal human leg to me. It doesn't look that strong or that buff or that muscular to me. It looks like a normal fucking leg. Maybe a little malnourished. Cause like, okay, you can see my mouse, right? Yeah. Like, this part here looks normal, but then you got this part here, which is super thin and malnourished looking. What's the right word? Atrophied. Because obviously he doesn't really stand or walk a whole lot. He just fucking, like, wastes away because he's sitting all the fucking time. So, like, this part here looks normal. It doesn't, this, like, oh my gosh, he has a calf. Wow, this looks like a normal human leg. Not to mention the fact that because he's reclining, right? He's in a reclining position. So all this, like, quote-unquote, this calf muscle is being pushed up because it is resting on a reclining surface. Because of his recliner here, you see what I'm saying? Normally, part of this muscle would be on the other side of his leg, so it wouldn't look as big as it does. But because he is resting his leg down on a surface, it's pushing the muscle that would be on the other side of his leg up to over here to give the false impression that it is looking bigger than it normally would look. That's why it looks kind of freakish a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it looks so freakish because I'm purposely laying my leg down to push some of the muscle over onto this side to give the appearance that it looks larger than what it is. That's what he's doing. Right? But again, even with him doing that, it still doesn't look all that buff or muscular. It looks like a normal fucking leg.
And so I took just a picture of my leg. That's all it is. As you can see,
Hey, JDX,
that's the
how you
leg
doing?
sitting on my couch. So the calf muscle is kind of like flattened and stretched out. All right. But I mean, it's huge. I have big, giant calf muscles. I do.
They're not giant.
So I put the picture up and I said, watch this shit. I said, watch the reaction that this is going to get. Right? Because these people.
It really is.
So...
Like, Kino Casino has really, just by like sucking his cock and kissing his fucking ass, they have like inflated his fucking ego like 100 fucking times.
Easy to content farm. They're just so dumb. So I guarantee you, because I took a picture of my leg, this is going to get tons of...
I mean, I always say that Phil is kind of like past Perry, and that Phil is eventually going to turn into Perry Caravello. And I can kind of see that. So like I could see in the future as he gets older, he might. I don't know.
Attention. I guarantee it. So what do you think happened? Do you think that 2 people saw it and said, wow, that's just a leg, it's not a big deal? Or do you think that this got a ton of responses and a ton of attention? What do you think happened?
Well, you purposely farmed for attention and farmed for engagement on Twitter Blue, so yeah, you probably farmed for attention. That's what this is. You're trying to make some money on Twitter Blue. That's all it is.
Anyway, so let's scroll down. You ready?
But it looks like a
Now,
normal
I don't
leg
even
to
know if
me.
this is updated. 62 responses, 20 retweets, 177
Are you
likes.
flexing on X? Are you flexing that your tweet went quote unquote viral? Because this is not viral, my guy. This is not viral numbers we're talking about here for a tweet.
10 people bookmarked my leg.
Oh, I bet. He's sending his third
man,
leg to
The
Tyrone.
king's leg?
Even though
I
it's
have
so
to bookmark
small, no
this
one's impressed with
immediately.
it.
Very
Probably,
important
but
content here. Yes. Things are getting hairy, folks, and I don't need my leg. It is hairy, but that's not what I mean. So scrolling down, see, I don't understand
Very
how
hairy.
it works because I don't think this is in any particular order. Like you scroll
you don't
down,
understand how
and there's all this
Twitter
content,
works?
but I don't know. It doesn't like order it. So it's all in, like the most random order and shit.
What
and
difference
I can't
is
tell.
it? Well, you can
Like, what-
always check the like how long ago they replied. You can always check that. Oh, look, that says 12 hours ago. This says 2 hours ago. You can kind of check that order. Bro, most relevant. That's, you can sort. So you can put this in chronological order if you want. Phil, he has it labeled as most relevant right there. You can change the order of the replies. This man is a fucking boomer. Holy shit. It says it right there. And big ups to this furry, even though he's probably a DSP fan.
what the order is. So first
No
off,
accounting for
as
taste,
you can
I guess.
see, it's not like this is the first time that I've ever shown my legs. Here's a clip from ages ago, my old fuzzy camera, back when I still had my couch. Okay.
Your fuzzy camera, aka your camera, still looks fuzzy as fuck. And in this picture, your legs look atrophied as hell. This is not muscular legs. This is not buff legs. There is no muscle in this part right here whatsoever. Your legs are wasting away. Your limbs and arms are wasting away, Phil. This isn't something to be proud of, my guy.
You can clearly see in this clip, both of my calves are huge. And right as I'm falling, because I guess I was jumping onto the couch and this is a still frame, those are my real
No,
calves.
you were
This is not,
acting
you know,
like a
this
fucking
was not
clown in that
edited.
part.
This is the real picture of me
So,
falling. And
you
it's funny,
real-
people are like, are your legs dabbing? Yeah, I guess they are. I
This,
have no
this man is so desperate to be proud of something about himself that he thinks this is something to be proud of. He really does. He thinks this is a muscular leg and that this is so pathetic. This whole fucking segment is pathetic as hell, Phil. This isn't something to be proud of. Your legs aren't extraordinary, they're ordinary. In fact, they're less than ordinary because they look atrophied as hell.
no idea what this picture
Like this calf part here is the only part that looks normal. The rest of it looks malnourished. It looks like you're fucking wasting away, my guy.
from, but this is back when I had the love seat. So probably I was like jumping onto the love seat. My legs flew into the air or something.
You were doing clown mode. You're like, ooh, and kicking your legs about like a fucking moron.
I have no
remember
idea
that
why
part.
did this happen. I mean, so old. Those are my old headphones there too. So, but yeah, it's just funny. Like, look at this. Whee! Floating into the air
Oh
with
my
these big
gosh.
calves popping off of my legs, right?
They're not.
So
Oh
they-
my
the
god,
detractors are-
Phil! Like, you are living in your own reality right now, Phil. Your own fucking reality. This is what's so scary about mental illness. Like, obviously, this guy is narcissistic, right? And like they say, like in like new age spiritual circles kind of thing, we kind of create our own reality based on our perceptions of reality, right? So the fact that I live in a different reality than DSP, right? Because DSP looks at this and thinks this is something to be proud of. It thinks it's a really muscular leg. Meanwhile, I'm looking at it like that's just a normal looking fucking leg that is very atrophied. We're living in two different realities right now, and our perceptions on the world around us changes our reality in a way, in a smaller way, around that, right? So it's like, and that's just this is a clear case of it. It's literally just a malnourished fucking leg. It's not some giant calf muscles. Has he never seen like what actual muscular person looks like? I doubt that because he watches wrestling all the time. Or he used to watch wrestling all the time. So that's not even an excuse. He knows what actual muscular looking human beings and men look like. So why is he freaking out thinking this is like super fucking muscular? When it's obviously not. Oh no, I don't have any muscles on. Well, I mean, that's a lie. I have muscle, but it's more like my legs are not muscular at all. My arms are not muscular. I can put my weight into it to lift something. Yeah, but like I don't have bulging biceps or bulging legs. They're just normal legs. Fatty legs, but but no, I'm not like some strong person, and I don't pretend that I am, though. When the dimensional merge happens. Oh, is that thing they're trying to say where, like, oh, Earth is going to split into two different Earths, and it's going to be the bad Earth and the good Earth, and we're going to go from third dimension to fifth dimension, and all the good people are going to go to fifth dimension, and all the bad people are going to go to third dimension. Like, okay, maybe metaphorically, but the Earth isn't physically splitting into two. But if you're like referring to that whole as like maybe a metaphor and like your point of view shapes the Earth around you, yeah, but not physically. Oh no, I haven't heard of that. I don't really know a whole lot about Chris Chan, to be honest, so I didn't hear about that one. I thought you were talking more about like some of the new age people that get way too into that shit. Because they'll be like, oh my god, the Earth is like gonna split and we're gonna go to fifth dimension, bro. No, I haven't. I don't know a whole lot about Chris Chan, no.
To contain their calf envy right now.
I don't want to know a whole lot.
I think we know what that's a reference to, right? Solid looking leg, solid looking leg. My calves are so inferior.
This is so cringy. Phil, come on. At like the homeless dude, yeah, he's homeless because he gave Phil all his money, but like, this is so fucking cringe, my guy.
Oh, brother. I mean, things that I've muted, I'm not going to unmute because it's probably some disgusting freak.
Like you? Because that's what you are, Phil. Oh my god, it gets so good. I'm sorry. I keep burping from lunch. Oh, I know where this is going though, because I've seen the last half of this, and it gets worse.
Extremely average calf on an extremely atrophied leg. An atrophied leg. They think that this is an atrophied leg. Does that really?
Yes, this part here looks very atrophied, Phil. This part here looks like a normal leg. This part here looks atrophied, Phil.
Really? What on this leg says atrophy exactly?
This over here.
Right? Listen,
it's not super muscular.
Leg. Fair enough. Fair enough. Big deal, right? Atrophy. He has to take a stab at the leg. Atrophied leg.
And now he's getting all butthurt and offended.
When I was running regularly on the treadmill for a year.
You weren't.
Here, all right? My leg looked exactly the same. It wasn't any different. And I was running literally every other day. I was running for like a good hour.
Bullshit. I'm calling 100% bullshit on this. He is just making up garbage at this point.
An hour of running like 3-4 times a week.
Yeah, okay.
My leg looked exactly the same, right?
I call
what are you talking
bunk.
about? Atrophy leg? Weird people. This is great. You ready for this one? You're so fit, King. Ready? Here we go.
Look at those movies fly, Phil.
Oh my god.
But listen to how he tries to like cope and turn this around to be a positive. This is so fucking cringe right here.
Yo, these people are something else. These people are absolutely something else, dude. They're so funny. So first off, all right. First off, we're talking about legs. The discussion is about legs. So what this person does.
It's about legs, but you're bragging about how fit you are, supposedly, right? Oh, I'm so muscular, I'm so fit. Look at my huge, massive thigh muscles. So then they reply with like, oh yeah, you're so fit, right, Phil? That's what he's replying to. It still fits, Phil.
Right? Is they show this has nothing to
It
do with
is.
legs
The
whatsoever.
ego is insane. It really fucking... It's getting like scary, lock you in a padded cell levels of ego right here. The delusions that is going in his fucking mind right now.
However, right? That's number one. Okay. Number two, I know that I'm still a little overweight. I'm 100. I just weighed myself the other day. I'm 195 pounds. Okay.
Okay, fair. You're admitting you're overweight. Okay, fine.
So I'm roughly around 10, 15 pounds overweight. I am.
Probably more than that because you're probably lying about your weight, but okay.
When I remember when I was young and I was in my early 20s and I went to the doctor and the doctor had said, so FYI, now that you're a developed adult, your key weight is to be between 180 to 185. Like if you can maintain between 180.
I mean, to be fair, like most BMI is like not really based on any real science and is kind of just like speculated fitness range, right? It's not really based on anything. It's all kind of bullshit if you think about it. So it's like it's the recommended, speculated, suggested range in which you should be good at, right? But it's like, all right, fine, whatever.
185 your whole life. That's the weight you want for your height and your build. That's what you want. So
Your build, aka his lack of a build.
I'm probably around 10, 15 pounds overweight. Yeah, I've got chubbiness all around. You know what they call it, the spare tire or whatever. I got the spare tire. Yeah, I got a little bit of fat on my body.
Let's talk about Cat, Phil. Let's talk about Cat's body weight and all the fat that she has on her body, Phil, that you caused. Let's talk about that.
But the funny part is when you do that clip, even if I were buff and I did that, it would still wiggle. Because the only people that don't wiggle are people who are completely flat-chested because they have...
No, Phil, no. If you actually had muscular pecs, they would not wiggle like that. They wouldn't. Muscular muscles on your pecs would not wiggle like that. That is tits. That is moves, my guy. That is either fat or breast tissue. Like muscular pecs do not move in that way. They do not, Phil. I'm sorry, but they don't. Actual muscle does not move that way. So if you were actually like super muscular, or if you were really thin and flat-chested, then they wouldn't move in that way. But the way these are moving, either you have like hormone issues, or you're overweight and you have moves, Phil.
Have absolutely no muscle whatsoever. They never developed any muscle there.
Okay, then take your shirt off. Show us right now. Show us right now. Take both your shirts off and go shirtless. Let's see your chest. Let's see that, huh, Phil? Because we all know you have moves. And there's nothing wrong with having moves. I have moves. It's fine. It's like a part of being overweight, Phil. It's fine.
Those are the people who go like this and nothing happens. Even people who are buff, when they go like that, they move.
Don't get jealous, Modi. You don't mind if I call you Modi, right? Because I'm not going to say motivation exceeds me every time. Don't get too jealous. So he does probably need to wear a bra.
The whole point is, you're right, I'm a man with developed muscles and shit. So
that's not... muscles do not move that way, sir.
They move. Get it? Like...
muscles do not move in that way.
You get no movement whatsoever. But again, you have to actually be like an intelligent adult who's had like muscles to know that. And these people who...
you gotta be massively delusional.
criticize are morons. These people these are flat-chested losers who have never lifted anything in their life.
They're flat. Well, I agree. They are flat-chested, Phil. You got them there. They are flat-chested, and you're not. You're very bosomy. I agree with you right there.
Never done any physical activity in their life.
Most women would kill for a rack like that. Okay, Phil, you got them. You should be proud of your B cups that you got right there, Phil. You know, it's like there's nothing wrong with it.
Be touched by another human.
You need to actually wear a bra instead of a training bra. So, like, there's nothing wrong with it.
Basement, sitting on the internet, editing clips like that to post up.
You could probably make a OnlyFans with a rack like that.
I got him. Ah! No, you got nothing.
And then you got to, like, instantly go on to massive speculation. Oh, yeah, they're in their parents' basement because no mature adult with an actual job could ever make fun of the king. The king of what? The king of being overweight, king of assholes, king of delusion.
Nothing at all. You're a fucking loser. How about you post your picture, right? Where's yours? I don't think you're ever going to do that. We know that. So what the fuck is your point? It's the ultimate, like, stupid bitch move. Like, you have no point. It's not even appropriate to what we're talking about, legs. And no one said that I was.
It's related. It is related. And also, that's not muscle there, buddy.
Skinny twig. We know this. I've admitted that I am still a little bit overweight, and I'm looking, to eventually to get to that ideal.
Okay, like, if he had just ended it with, like, yeah, I'm still overweight, I got some fat, that would have been fine. But then he goes into the whole, well, yeah, even if I was really muscular, they would still move that way. No. He always takes it, like, one step too far. If he had, like, pulled it back a step, it would have been a normal response, but he always goes overboard.
Body weight, And I probably will. If I stay the course of what I've been doing, eating better, not drinking soda and crappy stuff with extra sugars and things like that.
Which you still don't. You still go door dashing every fucking other meal that you have. He is triggered really bad, though. He got called out or whatever, and he's getting super triggered about it.
If I start to feel worn out or I feel I overhit the treadmill, and I can do that, I'm fine with
What treadmill, Phil? You don't have a treadmill in your house. You botched that exercise bike that Kat was trying to get. You fucked that up, probably on purpose, to keep her fat and dependent on you. So you have no exercise equipment in your house. Because I almost guarantee if he had bought a treadmill, which he could easily have bought on a treadmill, but if he had, he would have mentioned it by now. It would have slipped in some kind of conversation or another. Because he brags about everything he buys. Every stupid little push to say he was bragging about light out curtains like last video. He brags about everything he buys. So you know damn well he would have bragged about buying a fucking treadmill. And last I checked, he wouldn't allow Kat to go to the gym. So if Kat doesn't go to the gym, he probably doesn't go to the gym. Because he would have mentioned going to the gym before. Because his people his fans ask him all the time, oh, do you go to the gym? Do you work out? You remember when he was doing those speed walks for like 2 seconds? And he stopped doing that? So, sorry, extra doubt that you ever are going to go on a treadmill anytime in the future, Phil.
that. I just get into the habit and I do it and it's fine. So I may eventually get to the ideal weight, which would be great to be my age.
Exactly. Like, he started this whole non-issue by bragging about how muscular his legs look. And then the replies, obviously, most are trolls and are calling him out, rightfully, for bragging and pretending that his legs are super muscular somehow, right? But like, if you're a person like DSP who has a whole lot of trolling following you and stuff, why would you post something like this in the first place unless you were expecting this type of negative feedback and criticism against you, right? Which arguably could have been what he was doing, because he does have Twitter Blue now, right? He paid Elon Musk money to have Twitter Blue and get his little blue check mark. So arguably he could be doing all this on purpose to farm engagement and get those little pennies from Elon Musk. I mean, I don't know how Twitter pays out people. I'm not ever going to call it X. I'm always going to call it Twitter. But I don't know how well Twitter pays out for people. I don't think they pay a whole lot of money unless it's like a mega viral tweet or something like that. And this obviously is not the case here. So I'm not quite sure how well Twitter actually pays. But yeah, it's like he probably knew what he was doing. He probably did this on purpose to try to farm some sort of engagement. But he had to have known that this was going to happen.
Age, but to be hit my ideal body weight, which is what I should have, it's good. It's a good thing, right? A couple of quick shout outs. Alex from Phoenix did a super chat. I'm killing myself in the gym for those calves. Here you come making me lying or making
skipping super chats. Don't care.
This is up to $3. I wish I have something called, well, whatever that is, and I have to get surgery for it. I can walk.
Auxiliary navicular.
my toes are not sustainable. Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't think you're supposed to walk on your toes, right?
You're not supposed to either. It's an autism thing, but you're not supposed to.
Right? A doctor would probably say you have bad posture and stuff if you do that. I just have done it. I don't know what else to say. I've just done it my whole life. Now, detractors will never skip leg day in the hopes of felting the king. You're right. Look, people are actually posting up pictures of their own calves now. Now, there's a slight difference between this calf and mine. As you're going to notice, this is one big bulky muscle.
No, it's not. Again, you are resting your leg on something to push the muscle up to give it the false appearance that it is larger than normal, Phil. The other pictures that we're going to see are people standing. So that's what a normal leg would look like. Yours is given the false appearance that it is large, but like he purposely laid his leg down and pushed so the muscle gets popped up to make it look larger because he's pushing the muscle from the one side of his leg to the other side.
And then we have my tendons and bone to my foot. This guy,
I think if you blue, it does. Like if you have Twitter blue.
is like a giant chunk. I think what it is his leg is much shorter than mine. So
Oh
he doesn't
my
really
God.
have the length. He just has the muscle.
Phil, you do know this is a sock, right? And this is a shoe, right? So it gives the false appearance that the leg is shorter than your leg because A, he's standing on it. B, it's kind of cropped out of the picture. How stupid are you?
Like, you know what I mean?
He knows nothing
Just a
about
shorter-
proportion. He knows nothing about photography. My God, this is so cringe and painful.
Leg. Your leg is J-ocked and roided. How many creatine shakes do you have to drink to get that, bro?
None, because he never actually worked out, so...
There you go. Thirst trap. Yo, you're posting your toes for free? This person wants me to delete the tweet. Should I delete the tweet?
And
I mean,
we don't really
This
care.
kind of tweet is
No one really gives a shit. But obviously not going to delete it because it's making you money, so yeah.
very harmful to everyone. So perhaps I should just delete it right now before it goes too far, you know?
Excuse me.
Before this tweet reaches all of humanity, and the next thing you know, everyone must.
Sorry. Is this a PayPal extension on his browser, Phil? Is that what that is? That looks to me like it would be a PayPal extension on his Chrome browser. Because I'm pretty sure this is Chrome. So either Chrome or Chromium. So that looks to me like a PayPal extension. So, and he probably clicks on that and transfers all his money, all his tip money, directly into his checking account in a matter of minutes, because we all know he pays extra for that fee for it to be transferred in a matter of minutes, because he can't wait a day to spend that money on WWE champions. But that looks to me like that's a PayPal extension right there.
By default, post up pictures of their legs and calves, right? It's very dangerous content. There you go. Daxma says usually tweets like that are hidden behind a paywall. Well, maybe hold on. I'm on the Twitter premium stuff, right? X premium. Can I hide this behind a paywall? I can promote it. Hold on. How do I hide it behind a paywall? Let's see.
You don't. I don't think X and Twitter premium does that, Phil. God forbid this moron actually starts a fucking OnlyFans. Can you imagine? Ooh.
We'd have community note it and be like, warning, this is dangerous picture.
You can actually. You can do a community post and be like, sensitive content warning. You could.
When being a liar, credibility is difficult to regain. Here's a secret. It never fully recovers. And no, I'm not a critic or a fan, just human to human. All you or anyone can do is try and be better. Well, did I not show in this very tweet the evidence that I wasn't lying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but you're showing that it's not that fucking muscular of a fucking leg. It's a generic, normal-looking leg that looks a little bit atrophied, Phil.
I outright show the picture that's the evidence of what I said. So now I'm not lying, right? So, I mean, isn't that the first step?
No, but you're lying around the tweet, Phil. You're lying that you worked out and your legs are super buff, because they're not. So you were lying that your legs are super buff when they're not.
This talk, I also backed it up with a fact. I mean,
fact,
there
okay,
you go.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
If Giga Chad was a leg, this is possibly
Giga Chad. You mean Giga Chad? Phil? Can you not pronounce anything?
the greatest tweet in DSP history. You know, there was the tweet, he tweeted at me. People said, Darkers. That one was pretty put out. Did look.
What?
They're the same. My calves are the same. They're
No one
larger than my
cares.
toes, right? So this is wrong. First of all, this is wrong too. I'm actually 5'11", and I am 100.
More like 5'9", probably, but okay, sure, Phil.
95 pounds.
Didn't he say before he was like 5'12" or some bullshit like that? I'm pretty sure he's mentioned that before.
Which means that I'm overweight. I know that. I'm slightly overweight, actually. Where did he get this from? BMI calculator? Can you find this somewhere?
Yeah, you could just fucking randomly Google it, dumbass.
And then, of course, there's the people who, of course, have to go to something incredibly negative, and they say, oh, so you're autistic because you walk on your toes.
I mean, yes, that is a massive trait of being autistic. And no, we're not, like, I mean, this person's saying he's retarded, but like, just because someone's autistic doesn't mean they're retarded. I'm sorry, they're not. But it is a huge way to kind of tell if someone is autistic or not. That's a massive autistic trait to have.
It's just insane. You're artistic because you walk on your toes.
Artistic?
It's just insane. You're artistic. It's just insane. You're artistic.
Oh, he's so triggered. He is so triggered by this. You're artistic. You mean autistic, Phil? There's a difference between artistic and autistic. I'm artistic because I draw and create stuff. I don't know if you're artistic, but you're autistic.
Because
Difference
you walk
there.
on your toes. You would think.
I mean, yes, you
possibly,
are.
Just maybe there'd be some other signs that would be stronger than walking.
You have plenty of autistic traits, Phil. The swaying back and forth is a massive trigger. Not trigger. What is that? Autistic tick? No, that doesn't sound right. What is that fucking word? Hold on one second. Let me look it up on my phone. I'm sorry. I know I'm like interrupting or whatever. Trait? Stim, that's it. How the hell did I not remember that? Stim. Like stimming. That's what it is. In autistic people, they have unique and different stims that they do to try to like handle their emotions, right? So if they're feeling overwhelmed in a scenario, they are going to stim, right? And stim could be different for anyone. Like anyone with autism, they have different types of stims that they do. And stimming could be anything from like snapping your fingers a lot, swaying back and forth is a big one, walking on your toes, kind of like blinking faster, like anything, jiggling your leg up and down. It stims. It keeps the person grounded. That's what it's called. Why I'm stupid. But yeah. It's like, Phil, it's a stim, and you have a lot of different autistic stims. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being autistic. I'm not calling you autistic as an insult, but you are probably autistic. Because I see a lot of autistic traits or stims that you do. Walking on your toes is just one of them. You swaying back and forth is another one. You touching your face all the fucking time, or running your hands through your hair all the time. These are all different stims that you do to ground yourself. Especially when you're feeling nervous. Like if someone's feeling nervous or vulnerable, they're going to stim more often than usual. And he does that a lot on camera, actually. So yes, Phil, you're stimming. And you stim a lot. And there's nothing wrong with it. We all have stims. Well, all autistic people have stims. Even normal people, I'm pretty sure, have stims too, though.
Walking on your toes.
It's just like a way to ground yourself.
And here's the other thing too, right? People, like, it's the same thing. Like, people used to say stuff like, well, maybe you're retarded or something, right? It's 2024.
Excuse me.
That's like, it's not even an insult anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, you would say something like that. Like,
oh, look, it's ALI side Phil. Are you going to have that little, like, jigsaw piece, the autism jigsaw piece on your fucking stream now too. Add that to your Pride Ally flag slideshow that you have. That one screen in your slideshow that's Ally, you can put the autism flag there. Even though Autism Speaks is awful, and no one should support Autism Speaks because they don't actually represent autistic people at all, and they do awful things. But sure, Phil.
Might be artistic, or you're retarded or something. That's
100%. If because he has a lot worse going on with it for himself than just being autistic. 100%. There is a myriad of different mental illnesses all going on in his warped fucking dented head. It really is. Autism is the least of his concerns, honestly, compared to the rampant narcissism, the mental illness. There's so much wrong with him mentally, right? Now, autism is the least of his worries.
It's 2024. You missed the boat on this one.
You're still calling people gay as an insult, Phil. You're still you're not one to talk. You're still fucking using old insults, Phil.
Insults from decades ago. They don't even apply anymore. Today,
you say the T word, the T slur all the time. Oh, but it's not a slur, right, Phil?
even if someone was autistic, right? It doesn't matter. It's fine. There's tons of people.
I
out
mean,
there
it
who
doesn't.
are
No,
different levels of autistic, and they're all fully functioning members of society.
not all of them actually. There's a spectrum in the it's an autism spectrum, and there's some people that are lower functioning. There's nothing wrong with that. They just need extra help with stuff. But not all of them though, Phil.
Ass bag A-loggers. You understand? They're fine people. There's nothing wrong, even if that were the case. It doesn't matter.
Really hate
you know
that he learned the term A-loggers, though. I really hate that. I'm no one should have taught you what that word is, Phil.
But these people use it as an insult. Oh, don't you know that walking on your toes is a sign of autism? Who cares? Even if it was, it doesn't fucking matter. You have no.
I mean, you're right. It doesn't matter. They're just letting you know that it is a form of it. Maybe you should get tested for it, Phil.
Point. That's what I mean. They really are grasping at such fucking straws to try to insult me these days. Even the things that they're saying.
No, Phil. They are literally just speaking as it is. He's not reaching to insult you. There are way, way worse things that we could say if we wanted to insult you. This is just related to what you posted. He doesn't seem to understand that all these things that he's criticizing, these replies, are still related to what you posted. We could all come up with way worse things that you do on a day-to-day basis as an insult. But these are actually related to what you originally posted in the first place. You wanted this heat, you got this heat. You purposely made this post to trigger people to use the system to get some money out of it, and these are the repercussions for it, Phil. It's all related. How do you not see this?
It don't make sense. It's you have no point.
Yeah, Rob, and there's nothing wrong with it.
But they don't get that.
When I was younger, I used to walk on my toes a lot. Not so much anymore, but apparently the way I walk is still abnormal because I walk with my feet out. So both of my feet are pointed out, so I kind of walk like a duck. And apparently I saw a foot doctor not too recently, and it's some kind of genetic defect the way I walk. So I have to have correcting insoles in my shoes. I have to have special insoles in my shoes in order to walk properly because my feet point outward naturally, I guess. And it's annoying. But that's more of she said that was a genetic thing.
Unreal.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with being autistic.
It's not a tumor. Yes, because it's definitely a giant tumor on both of my legs in exactly the same spot. That's totally proportional. 2 identical tumors on the back of my 2 legs. Exactly. That would be something. That would be a freakish thing. Imagine that. It really is 2
If
tumors.
only you had a tumor, Phil.
Tumors. Oh, God, someone else showed their leg. See, it's weird because their legs don't look like mine. It looks like they all have short legs. These people who took the pictures have.
Again, it's proportions, Phil. This is a different camera angle. They are sticking their leg up in the air. They're not resting their leg fully extended on a recliner. Phil. That's a difference. And look, this is a normal proportion leg. It's not super atrophied around the ankle like yours. Holy crap. And no, I'm not showing my feet. My feet are terrible. That's not happening. Sorry.
Tiny leg.
But, yeah.
So it's like super stubby and short.
It's
so
not
there's
stubby.
Muscle, but there's like no ankle, just right to the foot. Right? I mean, look at that compared to this. Look, I have a giant.
Yeah, yours looks worse. Yours looks worse. Because this part here, around here, the ankle part looks super atrophied as hell. It looks malnourished. But also, it's a different angle. You are not sticking your leg straight up in the fucking air. It's hyperextended, laying on a recliner. Again.
Long developed bone and structure there into the foot. These people are just like calf foot, like the foot's here. You know, maybe it is the angle. You're right.
Yeah, because I've noticed for a while that my feet point outwards like a duck, and like I've noticed that for a long time now. And I have tried to like walk with them actually sticking out straight in front of me. It actually hurts my feet to do that. It hurts my feet to walk with my feet actually pointed straight instead of out. It's like it just hurts.
Maybe it is the angle. Or
Thanks, Mom and Dad,
I'm
for
tall.
the bad genetics.
It could be that, maybe. I don't know. It just looks weird. Oh my god, another one. Actually, that is a well-developed calf muscle right there. Fair enough. That is an actual, very well-developed calf muscle, right? That's right. There you go. Look at this. You see what I'm saying?
Wait, did you even see what it said? That isn't even calf muscle. It's fat. This is what a calf muscle looks like. So yeah, he's literally calling your leg fat, but okay.
There you go. Look at this. You see what I'm saying? What is wrong with these people? Even if this were true, right? How is this an insult? Why do I need to get evaluated? What are you talking about?
Get
Like,
tested for autism? Maybe you'll get some like discount from the government or some like disability for having autism, Phil. Maybe you can rip off the government directly instead of asking your dents to pay their disability money to you. You could just rip off the government directly by claiming you have autism and then just getting a disability check that way, Phil. There you go. But you wouldn't make nearly as much money as you're making now by scamming dents, though. You would not be making $100,000 a year being on disability, though. And then he wouldn't be able to handle that.
Brandon Vasquez, what the fuck is your problem? Are you a fucking bigot or something? Really? Like, what a fuck?
Are you what?
Brandon Vasquez, what the fuck is your problem? Are you a fucking bigot or something? Really?
I don't think people that... No, Phil. People that are, like, against autistic people, that's not what a bigot is. That would be ableist. So Brandon Vasquez here is technically being an ableist, not a bigot. There's a difference there, Phil.
Really? Like, what a fucked up thing to say. Right? Like, huh? Unreal. Anyway, so I think we've seen enough, right?
You mean, why would you lie about this? As if you don't lie about the little things all the time? Laugh my ass off?
Alright, I think we've definitely seen
You go
enough.
to the... Wait, what is that? You seriously need to go to the doctor?
Right?
This is obviously your wife's leg. Dude, go to a doctor. That's not what you think it is.
Alright, I think we've definitely seen enough of this nonsensical stuff. I think that's the end of this topic.
We've seen definitely a full lot of fucking coping and Jesus Christ, Phil.
The hate
Really cringe.
army, bro.
Really cringe.
Good vibes to
The
the
delusion.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for hate.
Shout out to hate. Shout out for
Shout
hate.
out for hate.
Okay, hope you guys enjoyed the clips. Man, my stupid eczema is acting up, and I don't know why. Something has triggered my eczema, and so my hand is itching bad, so I just put some of my anti-inflammatory cream on it. I hope it doesn't
I
really...
put my special cream on my hands, because, oh, Jesus, my eczema is acting up so badly. Oh, it's so scratchy and itchy. Must be because of the fall and the changing weather. Oh, it's so itchy and scratchy and bumpy.
like bother me today, but it itches. man, I don't know if it's Jasper because I pet Jasper, and sometimes
Yeah,
when
it's
I do pet
Jasper's
Jasper,
fault. Sure, blame
I
him.
get a reaction. Sometimes I
Like
don't.
he
It's really
he doesn't even play Flycade. Why does he still have that? Is he not deleting things? Like, you can delete that. He wage quit Wukong, so you could probably get rid of that. Because he wage quit a lot of these. Why do you still have Sea of Stars installed here, Phil? You're never going to play that game again.
weird how sometimes I get a reaction and sometimes I don't. Maybe he has a lot of pet dander built up, and that could be. Maybe we need to brush him.
It's not Jasper's fault that you don't shower on a daily basis, Phil. It's your fault.
Yeah, my hands are all breaking out, which sucks. Which means I gotta basically cream them all up over the course of today and tonight.
Some creme.
And probably the next couple of days until it kind of goes down. Eczema is terrible. I don't wish it on anyone. These reactions are bad.
Did he actually play Fallout London? I don't know if he actually did.
It's like, oh, God. So, anyway. All right, guys, real quick. I got to go put more cream on my hands because, like I said, my eczema is acting up. And all of a sudden, as I'm playing, now my other hand is itching really bad. So I got to put some cream on this hand. What sucks about eczema, especially when you have, like, an allergic reaction, is that it just starts going all over your hands. And it is right now. Like, it's all itchy here. It's all itchy here. So I'm just going to put some cream on quick and wash my hands. I'll come right back.
Phil is slowly transforming into just, like, living fungus. Like, the fungus is among us. And he's just slowly turning into, like, one of those fungus zombies from, like, The Last of Us. And it's just growing all over his arms and legs and stuff. It'll all be, like, this fungus eczema thing.
Sorry to have to interrupt the stream, but it's bothering me.
Oh,
Really
he did
bad.
do one stream of it?
Oh. So I'm just going to put some cream on there. And
I haven't actually played it, but it does look pretty cool.
Oh. I would not wish eczema on anyone either. Like, it's another thing that
Well, like I said, it's like he'll play a game and then he'll never delete it. Like, I'm always fighting for storage space on my PS5 or my Switch or even on my PC sometimes, you know? Be it games, be it videos that I've downloaded or TV shows or whatever I've downloaded. Like, I'm always fighting for space. I need to get a new hard drive, like an extra hard drive I could just plug in.
I have is like so annoying when you get a breakout. It's like your whole hand is just uncontrollably itching. A rash starts breaking out because that's what's happening right now. I got a rash on this finger. I got a rash here and a rash across my knuckles here.
It's
it came
spreading.
Like I didn't have it when I went to sleep last night. All of a sudden I wake up this.
Oh, I got a rash on my hands, all over my hands. So let me just touch my face, all over my face. Spread that shit all over my face. Give myself pink eye.
Morning and
you
boom,
know,
here it is.
why not?
Eczema. Ugh. So frustrating, but it is what it is. The thing
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. And you know how, like, people think cats are so clean, but they really aren't? Like, all pets, like dogs too, but, like, even cats, like, there's a lot of germs in, like, cat saliva and on their paws and stuff, and he just lets fucking Jasper lick him all over the place and touch him, and, like, you really should be washing your hands after you handle your pet like that.
It's not consistent. Like, I think I got it because Jasper was here rubbing me, you know, and for some reason, I guess his pet dander is bothering me today.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know.
Sure.
Really stupid.
That's stupid. So thanks for letting us know about that. I thought you were a gamer. Why should we, as an audience who just wants to watch you play a game, have to know about that?
About having like allergies is, like, for example, my cat Jasper's on the floor right now, relaxing, he's all stretched out. It's all cute, right? And I don't mind having him in here. And most days,
it's all cute, right? I mean, like, I guess cats are cute, but
I have no problems. All of a sudden today, for some reason, I got all breakouts.
Stop blaming Jasper for your hygiene issues, Phil.
Of eczema, and my nose is itchy. Like, what happened?
It's itchy because you were touching your nose with the eczema.
Trigger. If some days I'm perfectly fine, why do I have a bad day where all of a sudden all my skin has this
Had a bad day.
I don't know what really is the root cause of it. I just treat it when it happens, but I don't know how I could ever make myself immune. You know what I mean?
Didn't you, like, say at one point that you, like, went to a doctor about eczema or whatever? Because I'm pretty sure he's mentioned that he's had eczema way before he bought Jasper. Like, this is not a new thing for him. He's had eczema or skin issues far before he ever got Jasper. But I love how he's just blaming the whole thing on the cat and not on him. You know? Foxes are the best, okay? 100% best animal out there. Best factual real animal that actually exists out there. There's better mythological animals that don't actually exist, but in terms of realistic animals, best animal. Because foxes are like the perfect mix between a cat and a dog, and they're just so adorable. And they're the right size too. They're not too big, they're
No,
not
my
too
wife does not
small.
have cat allergies.
I would love
She
to have a
just she
fox
has,
as a pet.
Some pollen allergies, which I have too. I have pollen allergies, but she doesn't seem to have any.
But at least in my state, you definitely need like a license for that shit. Not to mention how expensive they are.
Bad days with allergies, where I'll have a whole day no problem whatsoever. I'll be playing with Jasper. I'll be doing stuff.
And isn't like eczema like not an allergic reaction? I'm pretty sure eczema is like its own fucking thing. I'm pretty sure.
Cause allergies of nothing. And another day it'll just like act up and be horrible, like today. There he is. There's the asshole. What happened to his face? Looks like he's having some allergies. He needs some anti-inflammatory cream for one side of his face there. It's a poor guy.
All right, there's that one. So I wanted to go over this really quick. I'm not sure whose video is better though. If we should go with memology or hate armies, but we'll just go with memologies for now.
Tip here from Gaping Gorillas Anal Liquid. So I was wondering where this person was. There you go. I got a $1 tip from them.
I was wondering where this fucker was.
Now, guys, it would be great. We can get a new top tipper. We've had one sick puppy for quite some time. We can get someone to become the new top tipper and top the $5 tip.
So obviously this video is about Phil merged his super chats with his tips for the tip goal, I guess, right?
Great. Hey, we can get all the way to the tier 1 goal, 50. That would be even better. All right.
Because obviously he couldn't handle he wasn't able to reach the king's streak consecutively with just tips alone.
Right. Thank you, Jack. Yeah, I can get you on the leaderboard for that super chat. And guys, like I said, the stream's done in about a half an hour. Please, if you can, tip right now. As you can see, we didn't even hit the tier 1 tips goal today. And it's
like I don't know a whole lot about Warhammer. I just never really liked the design of the super bulky armor, in my opinion. Like, I just think it's too bulky and doesn't really look all that great in terms of aesthetic-wise. I mean, I'm sure functionality-wise it protects you a lot, but it's literally kind of the same thing as Fallout's, like, power armor, right? It looks like it's the same thing. And you would think it would have to be powered in order for you to move that heavy amount of metal, right? So I don't know if the armor actually is powered or not, or if it's literally just metal and they're moving it. But I just never liked aesthetically wise. I'm more of aesthetically. I prefer more of like rogues or wizards that like have more like not bulky armor and they can move really fast type of thing. But that's just me again.
Like, dude, we had a streak of 12. We had a streak of 41 before that. And now all of a sudden tips are grinding up and I don't get it. It would be great if you could tip today to help out. All right, thank you.
More begging.
Someone, are you kidding? One sick puppy has been the top tipper since the podcast. Someone can tip more than $5 and become the new top tipper by the end of the stream.
$5 a month. You guys don't have $5 a month, but it's not $5 a month. It's $5 twice a day. That's what Phil wants. It's not even $5 a month. It's $5 twice a day, at least, as a bare minimum.
Come on, guys. Thanks so much. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 in the bag. Enjoyed it. And maybe I'll play more Warhammer in the future. But in the meantime, thanks everyone. And see you soon. All right, guys.
Like, sadly, I don't really have a whole lot of friends that are local around here that play tabletop games like that. Like, I have some that play, like, video games, but none really play tabletop games. I always wanted to, like, get a friend group going that will play like D&D or maybe Pathfinder or something like that, because Pathfinder looks really cool. And I've played, I think, 1 or 2 of the video games of the Pathfinder games, and those are fun. So, like, I think I'd be more into like those kind of things. But I don't really have a whole lot of people that I know that play like stuff like that, tabletop games.
All right, well, that is it. I guess the king streak is not going to really keep going at this point. Likely it'll happen when there's new games and stuff. But
Also, they're like superpowered
here's what it is.
human beings. I got
the
you.
hype was real at the beginning of August when I was on Kino Casino and I was doing all this special stuff, the Ridge Co-op and all of that. But now it's all died down and I'm just doing my own thing again, right?
Yeah, because they abandoned your ass, Phil.
I am having some.
Now you're back to what you were before Kino Casino, but your ego is still massively inflated from the Kino Casino guys.
Some fun interviews and things, but it's not all the time. So I think sadly the hype's died. I think when the Kino
AKA, I need to interview as many people as possible to keep the money going. So I'm super desperate to get all these interviews done.
Casino guys come back,
so I can get more money.
Else, the hype will pick up again. But what can you do?
You wish.
Right? But thank you. And by the way, the support on the streams is still great. Like the attendance and the engagement and everything is still higher. It's just the tips goal doesn't seem to be hitting anymore, right?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Like there's this group that play Dungeons and Dragons on YouTube a lot, and they're really funny. But I forget what the name is, like Legends of Avantis or something. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but they're really funny to watch.
All right. So for those of you who are here, I'm just gonna throw it out there right now. All right. Ever since basically, you know, I started getting more people on my streams and a new audience coming to support me. People have been very confused about how this leaderboard works, right? They have, and admittedly, I agree, it's confusing. I think some people feel left out when they can't contribute via the method that we're tracking for any particular stream. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do moving forward, starting tonight, and we're gonna test this out and see how it works. From now on, if you do a super chat or if you tip me, either way, I will count it towards the King's Coffers goal for that stream. It's no longer King's Taxes or King's Tips. It'll be the King's Coffers. Because that's what we've been joking. When you contribute to DSP, you're filling the King's Coffers, correct? So
oh, that was a joke? A joke that you're wearing into the fucking ground. Because every time he tries to do a joke, the first time, it's maybe funny. It's a little funny the first time he does it. But then he's just like, again, it's an autistic thing where it's like, I don't think you got the joke, so I'm gonna reproduce it and repeat it over and over and over and over and over again. And it will never get old because it was funny the first time, right? So it's never not gonna get old. So I'm just gonna keep repeating it forever and ever. And you're gonna have to deal with it now because I like it, so I'm gonna keep repeating it. It's like he runs it into the fucking ground.
You know what that is. And I'm going to count the top super chatter and the top tipper. Just like it always was top tipper, it's just going to be top super chatter of the day and top tipper of the day will be counted. Okay? So you have a chance if you super chat to actually get recognition, not only to be the top super chatter, but also it gets added to this total. Now, the one thing that's going to be weird, I'm not doing euros to dollar translation. I'm not going to sit here with a currency calculator. I'm not going to hire an accountant to sit next to me and figure this out. I'm just
like, I was under the impression that like I mean, I'm not Montez, so I'm not sure. But I was under the impression that YouTube already like kind of auto calculates that out for you. Like it converts it into your currency. So it's like, oh, 20 euros would be this much in American. So it already kind of mass converts that as you get it, is my opinion. Like I thought that's how it worked. I could be wrong. I don't know. So yeah, he's basically just speculating on how much he's gotten for his total tips goal then. Like, none of this is actually being calculated properly, so he'll just be doing, like, the barest of minimums of calculating this. So there probably have been many occurrences where he didn't actually hit the tips goal, but it's still counted towards the streak anyway, because he's not bothering to actually calculate them properly.
just going to guess. So, for example, if someone does a 10 euro super chat, I'm just going to say that's $10. I'm going to add it to the total. It might be a little more. It may be a little less. All right.
But who cares?
So thank you.
Who's counting anyway? Oh, wait. They're all counting. That's the whole point of the streak, is counting it. So I'm just not going to calculate any of it. It could be a little bit less. It could be way more than it normally is. But who cares?
Ava
I got the streak anyway.
$4 in the King's Coffers tonight, guys. Tonight, Super Chats and tips are both counting towards our King's Coffers goal. That's why it's changed the whole nature of how we're tracking stuff now.
Oh, the whole nature of how it is, blah, 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 blah. But if you think about it, like, I think his fans have been asking for this for a long-ass time. They were asking for the Super Chats to count towards his goals for the day, for the stream or whatever, right? He was asking for that for a while. And I guess he's finally doing it after, what, 10 years of his fans asking him to do this? And the only reason he's doing that is because he can't keep the streak alive anyway. Although, guess what? It's still not working, because today the streak died again. The streak ended today on the day stream again at 6. So even with the super chats and tips combined, it still isn't enough to keep the streak going, which I find pretty funny. But like, it is a bit smart because it gives, by combining the super chats and the tips together for the goal, it gives the illusion of success. It gives the illusion that he's making a lot of money, a lot more money than he actually is, right? And technically it's true, he is getting all that money, but all the super chats he doesn't get until once a month. So that's all going to the YouTube payment that he gets, right? So he has to wait for that shit. He can't spend that shit immediately in WWE Champions, because that's why he prefers tips over super chats, is because he wants that to all go to WWE Champions. He doesn't want to wait a month to pull for WWE Champions, right? That's why he prefers that. But it gives the illusion that he's still being successful and still hitting the tips goal when technically he isn't. Because technically it's not the tips goal anymore. It's King's Coffers. It's like, we're so used to saying tips goal for a reason. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. But it is kind of smart that it gives the, like, for him a little bit. Because his fans were asking for this for a long time. And it gives the illusion of it.
So, please consider contributing. Let's get it going. Yes, so to clarify for those just joining, starting tonight, I'm combining all super chats and tips into one accumulated goal here on the stream. There will no longer be a separate super chat and tips goal. It'll be one total, and we're going to call it King's Coffers. This way, it doesn't matter how that you want to contribute, you get counted. All right, and I appreciate that very much. Please contribute tonight.
Oh, what if I want to do a super thanks, Phil? What if I want to do a super thanks at one of your older videos or something? I mean, I never would give him money, but like, say one of his fans wants to do a super thanks. That doesn't count. It's only extra counting the super chats. What about super stickers? Do those count?
Going. Let's get a King Streak rejuvenated now with this new method that I'm going to start using, okay?
Yeah, let's get it rejuvenated. The King Streak is for you guys, so you guys can give me money. Because no one benefits from the streak. Only you do. You know that, right, Phil? Like, no one else gives a shit or benefits in any way from it.
I'm getting that positive vibe that I had for most of 2017. I'm
getting that game back. Getting that vibe
back. I'm ready for fun stuff. I hope you guys are ready too. I got a $1 tip.
I almost had a heart attack there.
From a shark-licking name that I can't continue. But it's a $1 tip regardless, so thank you. So this person who keeps tipping $1 is just being really gross, and I'm just going to stop acknowledging them. If they want to, like, be funny, it's one thing, but they're just being disgusting, so I'm just going to stop paying attention to them. Oh, well. So thank you. $2. That's the tip right now. It's very easy to become the top tipper of the night right now because the top tipper is only $2. And the top super chat is $10 from Rancho, and it all counts towards the King's Coffers now, folks. All of it. So thank you so very much. All right, let's continue. Guys, tonight, please, to support the stream in some way. We have over 100 likes. Thank you for that. Let's keep the likes rolling in. Let's get it to 150. Outside of that, let's get some super chats going and some tips because they both now count towards the King's Coffers streak. We're going to try to get it going again tonight by combining and having everything.
I kind of wonder, I've heard this collection isn't very good, but I kind of want to get it because I did like, what was it?
Let's get some stuff going. Come on.
Capcom versus SNK. I did like those games a lot. So
I hope you're enjoying the new format.
Maybe I should get it.
Please do. The whole idea of
and I kind of want to get the other one because I like the Darkstalkers game. So whatever collection he played that had the Darkstalkers games in it looked pretty cool too.
Let's get it going right now. Rancho,
those are both some pretty cool fighting games.
Let's get someone on the
It is funny. Like it seems almost like it's like Persona or something going on over here. You got like the
likes were 122 guys. Come on,
popping music going on, and then you got him begging for a living. You got him begging like crazy in the background. It's really funny.
Like the stream and consider supporting in some way.
He's so fucking desperate.
I literally haven't had any contributions for 40 minutes besides the $20 tip. So let's get it going.
That counts. A $20 tip counts, Phil. You should be grateful for all the money you are getting. Well, I haven't got anything besides this big tip that I got.
Show me the money. Show me the money.
Kyle, if you're confused about the goal, why don't you rewind the stream to the beginning when I explained it instead of expecting me to drop everything to explain it? There you go.
Oh.
The first thing I did tonight was explain it, so rewind and find out.
Oh, so fucking cringe.
Oh, what did I do? I hit the keyboard. I was dancing. What just happened? Me dancing? Because I was excited.
Because you
It's a good night,
cringe.
cool air coming in my office.
Because I'm excited for getting money. Your money.
Coming in. Life is good. What don't I have to dance about? That's the question. Why wouldn't I be dancing tonight on DSPGaming? Come on.
Well, he didn't hit his goal yet.
All right, guys. Good
He
stuff
usually
so far.
dances when he hits
Still
a
got about
goal.
half an hour or more left on stream. We'll see. But guys, come on. Let's keep the support going right now. We haven't had a contribution in a long time. Let's get at least a super chat into the top super chat of only $10, right? We do have 150 likes, so thank you for that. I appreciate you guys liking the stream. Thank you so very much for that. But let's keep it rolling. All right, let's keep the support rolling. Let's try to hit the King's coffers.
Oh my God, his begging has gotten so fucking bad.
I'm changing the rules for you guys because this is what you wanted. You wanted me to change
Oh my God. Like, and like, people have been counting. He has gotten past 50 begs a stream, which is just so insane to me. The amount of times he fucking begs. I'm like, we all thought it was bad before. Like, I wish Morse Critical would look back and do another react to DSP. Because, like, if Morse Critical thought his begging was bad during the Scorn video, this is way, way worse. It's still e-begging, Phil. No matter how if you phrase it positively or negatively, it's still fucking e-begging no matter what. And it's so fucking egregious. It's so bad.
Everything is combined, so let's do it. Let's make everything combined and get it done. All right? Phew. Yes, we're counting we're counting super chats now. See, everyone's gonna be so confused now. I changed it tonight. Super chats and tips count in the King's Coffers goal now. That's why it's a different total. Because I was always getting super chats behind the scenes, but now we're gonna count them towards it. Okay? So
that's why I increased it to 200.
You guys asked for ages. We have it now. All right? So come on, let's go. We can do it. We can get that King's Coffers going again. You know we can. Let's do it. Everything counts now. All right, guys. Let's do it. Let's get all the monies. I can't even get the combo to work. I can't get basic ROM and shit to work. The game online is bad. The timing is all off and shit. All right, enough of this. Seriously, enough. Can I be honest with you guys? Can we shut up about Jaywong and Maximilian, dude? You do realize there's insane amounts of other players in the fighting game world that are great, but everyone online, I wish we could play Jaywong. I wish we could play Maximilian, dude. No. No. Can we stop fucking fanboying over these two players?
Aw, someone's jealous.
Why the fuck does everyone have to talk about them constantly? Like,
because they're the biggest names in it?
Jaywong, Max, dude. Jaywong, Max, shut up. Why is he playing Wily Wars? Why is he playing old games? Why is he doing... Shut the fuck up. All right? No one cares about Jaywong and Max, dude. Like, really,
a lot of people actually do.
Only person who should care about that is like some top tier fucking player or something. There's no point. If I play Justin, he will destroy me. He's the best player, or was the best player for a long time in Marvel 2. There's no point in me ever playing him.
But weren't you calling Tokido out for a rematch recently, though, Phil? So if Justin Wong would destroy you, I'm pretty sure Tokido would fucking destroy you too.
Non-stop for a fucking week. There's no point in me ever playing him. Max, dude, I don't even know. I don't know if he plays this or not, but who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck. I challenged him, he ignored me, so I don't give a fuck about these fucking people. So stop talking about them.
Oh, you just hurt that he ignored you because he's so far above you.
About these two fucking people.
So far out of your league. Of course he ignored you.
You mentioned another name. Any other name besides those two? It's like, geez, dude. No, they're not. They're the biggest names for fighting games. No, they are not. Max Dude is the biggest fighting game creator, but he's not a competitive high-level player. Justin Wong arguably was, but he's not anymore. What are you even talking about?
Who is then, Phil? Give us some names.
Really? What are you even
Give
talking about?
us some names. Who is the biggest one then, huh?
No one, like literally no one is talking to me. Everyone's having their own conversations about bullshit. What are you talking about?
How dare you guys not talk to me 24/7? This is my stream, not your stream. We're not here to promote a community or anything like that.
There's no reason for you to sit in my chat just blabbing about their fucking names.
Oh man, the salt.
Really, like, oh, we got another ranked match. Good.
The salt.
Hope you guys have enjoyed.
And he's just looking for.
Anyway,
he's just looking for people to ban at this
we're
point
too. Likes. If we get it to 200, that would be great. But we haven't had any super chats or memberships in like 2 hours.
More begging going on.
Thank you, Spencer, for that $20 super chat. Guys, look how close we are to the goal. If someone does one big contribution right now, we will hit the goal and we will begin the streak anew with the new leaderboard system. Someone do it. Come on. Right now, we have like 1 or 2 more matches left. Exactly. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go, folks. Come on. Who's going to drop the bomb? Who's going to drop the bomb and start the streak anew? And Spencer did another final $2 super chat and said, break streak or no, things are on the up and up. I mean, they are. The days have been going good. This is zero complaints for me. I mean, did the streak happen today? No, it didn't. And now we're readjusting this. I'm going to explain this on the podcast tomorrow.
Well, don't worry. You will revive the streak like 20 more times after this, Phil. Don't worry. Because at least when the vest streak ended, you had enough humility to understand that it was over. You didn't keep attempting to revive it the next day over and over and over again, continually bashing your head in a fucking wall, trying to restart this streak hike. Hype. Ugh. You know what I mean? But now that's what he's doing now, obviously. He just keeps trying to restart it, thinking it's going to get really big. Like, you got lucky that one streak went to like 41 streams, Phil. That's not going to happen again. You do know that, right? Even with you combining super chats and tips together, it's not going to get that high again.
Now, so I think that it's going to be great moving forward. And I think that we're going to readjust and hopefully we'll start hitting it again. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, guys, so I'm going to be streaming for...
All right, so we got that one.
The hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro.
Shut up. Was getting assassinated again. I mean, I already said what I had to say about this, month or two. Thoughts on Trump almost getting assassinated again? I mean, I already said what I had to say about this, a month or two ago. That this country right now is absolutely insane with the way that it's acting and behaving on both sides of the aisle. This is not, one side's crazy, the other side's correct.
Even now you're gonna try to fence it, huh? This guy wants to do DSP politics, right? But he's still fence sitting to this fucking day. Phil, you do know that you will get eaten alive if you try to start a politics stream while fence sitting. You do know that, right? Like, people don't tolerate fence sitting in the political sphere thing, you know? It's either one side or the other. You can't just try to sit on the fence the whole time.
Correct. Everyone's nuts. Everyone is going after each other in insane ways. It's funny because, like, the rhetoric, what I said...
Who's going after everyone? Like, last I heard, both of the would-be assassins, the assassin attempts, the shooters, were both registered Republicans. I know they love to pretend that it was Democrats who were trying to shoot him, but both were actually registered Republicans, Phil, so... I don't know.
When Trump was originally the target of an assassination, what was it, a couple months ago? I think it was early July. I outright said the reason this is happening is because the rhetoric's gone too far. It's one thing to say the person I don't agree with is wrong. And here's why, the reasons I think that they're wrong. It's another thing to say the person I don't agree with is the devil and Satan and Hitler and will ruin the world and blah, blah, blah. And the rhetoric on both sides has been...
I hate that he is kind of right about this, though. The division that the government has perpetrated for dividing people to you're either on the left side and you're on the right side. Not talking about the fence sitting people. I'm talking about, like, they are blowing it so out of proportion by dividing the country so fucking far and overhyping everything to where it's like, this person's so evil or that person. Like, they are both awful people. They both suck as candidates. Yes. But it's like, the person I hate the most isn't the devil. It's just a misguided idiot. You know what I mean? You know? So he is a little right in that aspect, I guess.
Been to that level of extreme. So what happens is you get these unhinged...
That's what it feels like. And I wish I didn't live in the US. I honestly don't. I honestly do. I wish I lived in a different country. If you don't mind me asking, what country are you in? Because I would love to be anywhere else than in here right now. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if I could go, like, move to, like, Switzerland, Denmark, Canada even. It's bad here. It really is. New Zealand, oh nice. Yeah, New Zealand's nice too, from what I hear. Like, actual, like, progressive ideals and stuff for the most part. I don't know a whole lot, but better than here. We're like losing our fucking minds over here. We really are. Like, people are getting so heated up on either side, one way or the other, though. And it's so insane. It's like I've never had a single politician that I liked to the extent that I'm gonna plaster their name all over my house, all over my car. I'm gonna fly their flag all over the place. I understand putting a small little flag for I support whoever on your lawn. I get that. Or maybe like a bumper sticker. It's like, vote this person for 2024. I get that. But to have like 4 different Trump flags flying, it's really kind of scary, and like it almost feels like a cult. It really kind of does feel like almost a cult. I've never worshipped a politician before. You know what I mean? Oh, but he's not a politician. He's for the people. I'm like, no, once you're signed in as a president, you're a politician. And you're working for the government. You're working for the government controls you, basically. You know what I mean? It's like, doesn't matter how good you were. He didn't drain the swamp like he promised.
Hinged.
He just became part of it.
And then they don't understand right from wrong, or you know what I mean? And they live in this fantasy world, and they hear the extreme rhetoric, and they believe it. And then they go out and they act on it. And I said 2 months ago, the rhetoric has to change. You can't have people who are supposed to be in charge of humanity saying these things that are so ridiculously extrapolated, exaggerated.
Well, to be fair, the president is kind of sort of like a figurehead, Phil. They're not actually in charge of the whole government as a whole. There are checks and balances. There are 3 different systems in place. The president has very small amount of power over the actual government, because you got the legislative branch, you got the executive branch, you got the judicial branch. And all 3 of these branches of government work in conjunction to make laws and to like settle differences and to make decisions and stuff like that. The president can sign executive orders on a single issue here or there to try to like impose their will, and a certain small like subject here or there. They can do that, but like they're not in charge of humanity as a whole. I'm sorry. America is not in charge of the entire world. They love to think they're in charge of the entire world, and then America can just go and fucking police the entire globe. That's not really how it works, though, is it, Phil? You know, it's like America isn't the best country ever. We're basically a third world country pretending to be a first world country at this point. Our infrastructure is falling a fucking apart. But they don't care, because they're going to keep putting more money into our fucking bloated ass military, because we need more fucking jets and bombers and shit, instead of actually fixing like our railway system, which is falling a fucking apart, causing massive train derailments and everything like that. Or our bridges that are literally collapsing and shit like that. No, that's fine. No, America's not a global leader. Like, we're one of the bigger countries, but we're not leading the entire globe here. Well, I think that's basically like everywhere, Modi, unfortunately. I think that's just human nature in general. Yeah, no, that's so weird to me that like you could just go somewhere and leave your house unlocked. That is insane. Like, I always I'm part of that's my paranoia too, because like I live in a decent community. I probably could leave my car unlocked. Like, I don't really keep anything important in my car anyway, to be honest. But like I could probably keep my car unlocked and it would be fine. But like I'm not going to, because I have OCD, so I need to lock my car like 3 or 4 different fucking times when I get home. I need to double check and make sure the house is locked up like twice before I go to bed. You know what I mean? But that's more my OCD and watching too many horror movies kind of thing, not so much because of where I live, you know? But I definitely get you there.
Because people are dumb and believe them. And then these horrible things happen, right? So what has changed in the last 2 months? Literally nothing. The both sides are still going at it to the insane extreme.
I mean, Phil has a point, but at the same time, did you really expect anyone to listen to you, Phil? like, yeah, you're technically right in this situation. The rhetoric has gotten way too out of hand. Far too out of hand. But like, and people, bigger people than you have been saying this, but like, I don't think, like, is anyone listening? No, because they don't want to listen. They're going to keep their head in the sand and keep doing the same shit. And then they're surprised the same shit keeps happening. I'm like,
they're not actually doing anything to like be more sound or be more rational or be more professional or be more mature.
and
Instead,
yeah,
it's
and
like-
that's another thing, Modi. It's like, I'm fine for like, how do I phrase this? It's like, it's one, like, I don't care if you don't like gay people or trans people or whoever, right? You have the right, wherever you live, to not agree with a certain type of people because of your own beliefs, right? The problem comes when people try to enforce their own beliefs or bigotry or whatever and try to like put that into law. That's the problem we're having lately. There's a lot of anti-LGBT laws that are attempting to get passed in certain states because it's a state-by-state basis. They usually get to decide these type of laws. There's no Supreme Court overarching law. Like Roe versus Wade used to be a whole countrywide thing saying abortion was legal. And unfortunately, that got overturned because we're going back to the fucking Stone Age with some of these politicians here. And we already have women that are literally dying because they don't have access to in some states they don't have access to abortions, and that is literally killing some women, unfortunately. And it fucking sucks because these are preventable deaths that should be prevented, but it's not being prevented because, oh well, we changed the law, so now fucking in Georgia or in the South somewhere, abortion's illegal now, so we can't have an abortion. Sorry, you're gonna die because you have complications. You know, it's fucked up. So it's like, you can have your beliefs on this or that, but don't try to impose it into a law. That's the problem I have. You know what I mean? I'm not upset if someone has their own beliefs that are different than mine. Like, I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat or think gay people are bad or not. I'm like, I don't care because you're not affecting me. As long as you're not outright attacking people, and as long as they're not trying to put that into fucking law to like ban people or prevent people from being themselves for doing no harm to anyone. You know what I mean? That's the problem I have problems with. But
like two schoolyard groups of kids yelling at each other. And what happens is you get people who are nuts. And then they do nutty things. So here we go
well,
again.
I mean, there's a lie that we have free speech here, but like you can't say certain things, otherwise you're definitely going to be on the FBI wanted list or gonna get like a visit from the CIA or something like that if you say anything about like certain political leaders. If you get to kind of like, oh, I'm not even gonna say it, but like, oh, so and so, you know, is awful and I'm gonna do this or that. You can't say that, obviously. But in like the most part, we technically kind of have free speech, but people confuse free speech a lot of times. Like, they think, oh, that has the ability to say whatever I want and I shouldn't have to face any repercussions for it. That's not technically what free speech is, though. You still have to face repercussions for the shit that you say. So if you're like a super toxic Nazi on social media and you say stupid Nazi-like stuff on social media, you are going to face repercussions for that. Usually, you will get banned from the site. Unless it's Twitter/X, because X and Twitter is owned by Elon Musk, and basically it's just the far Third Reich now of social media is Twitter now. So
it's like we learned nothing from the last time. Keep it.
and yet if I go on Twitter and I say the word cis, CIS, which is literally just a descriptive word meaning not trans people, because that's all it means. CIS is not a slur. It is literally just it's literally just trans people referring to non-trans people as non-trans. but non-trans is like a big mouthful, and we don't want to say normal because that would imply that trans people are not normal, which would just raise the bigotry among other people. So we can't say that. So if I say that on Twitter or X, that somehow is a slur, and I get banned or in trouble for that. Not banned, but they like flag it, and you can't actually say it. But you have little death threats going on in Twitter, and that's okay though. I'm like, okay, that makes sense though.
And just keep going with the insanity. All it's gonna happen is extreme shit's gonna keep happening, and it's gonna keep escalating. And there's not, you know, normal people sit back and watch and just shake their heads like, this is fucking nuts. I don't want anything to do. This is why people said, will you get involved with DS politics this year? Fuck no. There's absolutely no fucking chance I'm getting involved with politics right now with how insane this country is right now.
Okay, so you don't want to make money. Gotcha. Because, like, with politics such a hot topic button as it is this year, because it's an election year, now would be the best time to get into it because people are so riled up and you can make a lot of money doing so. And that's obviously the only reason DSP does anything is to make money. So that's the only reason DSP would want, theoretically, to make a politics channel in the first place, is to make money. But apparently he doesn't want to make money because no one's going to give two shits about your lukewarm, centrist political talks after an election when politics isn't that big of a deal anymore. You know what I mean?
Dude, there are people right now who wish that physical harm.
Exactly, Modi. Exactly. We shouldn't be censoring things
and in
either.
real life for playing video games.
And it's a fine line between censorship and like freedom of speech. It's a very fine line. Because you got like the whole Kiwi Farms issue thing. It's like, I'm not really a big fan of Kiwi Farms in the first place. I'm not. Because it is fine line. It's like, when does it go from freedom of speech to harassment? It's a very fine line there. And like, people always take things too far. Like, it originally, Kiwi Farms is just supposed to be people laughing at other people, but then people take shit into real life and go too far and touch the poo and stuff, and that's crossing over to harassment. So it's like
silly things. Can you imagine if I started talking politically? How crazy these fucking people would be?
What, are you going to get shot, Phil? Is someone going to try to come for you with a gun?
Doing, any kind of political content. I have no desire to do so. You know, sadly.
But I'll keep doing drama content, though.
We're just not smart or mature enough to really fucking handle it.
Says the guy.
You know, it's sad, but it's life, I guess.
It's
people are
sad.
just fucking stupid. You know? But I just think that it's so dumb that we have people who are supposed to be world leaders or trying to be a world leader. And
the president is not a world leader. It's the leader, technically kind of the leader of this country. But it's like, it's one, I guess the president could be one of the world leaders, part of it, in terms of like being in charge of the country, and the country is being America, so maybe, but it's not the world leader. It would be a world leader kind of thing. You know, it's like Putin would be another world leader, but he's not the world leader. It would be semantics, you know what I mean?
Sitting out there saying the most awful
even though
shit.
Putin sucks, obviously.
You know, maybe you understand that that's a joke and that's an exaggeration, but some people don't. They're that dumb. They're that brain dead stupid, and they act on dumb shit because they're nuts.
Because they're crazy. We'll do this one. I'm gonna go and grab something to drink super quick, so I will be right back. All right, I'm back.
All right, this is the final ultra submission for the week.
Have you ever eaten at a McDonald's and thought, wow, this place is so good?
What?
Yeah,
the
he
fuck?
would lose an axe duel in like 2 seconds. He would throw the axe, it would miss, and then he'd be like, "Oh no!"
Fuck. No, shut the fuck up. No, that's it. The answer is no. On to the next video.
Wait,
I like
what?
to eat here every hour for the next 24 hours.
No.
Why?
Just me? Well, maybe after seeing me do it in today's video, you'll want to as well. Just kidding, you're gonna see how much I fucking hate myself for even thinking this was a good idea.
So what is it with these YouTube fucking challenge videos? 3 weeks ago, 1.2 million views. Everyone.
Oh, so this whole video is just going to be him getting upset that they're making more money and more views than him. Guess what, Phil? They're more popular than you. They are funnier than you. These are the things that go viral. These like funny, stupid little challenges, Phil. Do you really think you are going to go viral by playing a game? Like, gameplay is like great. Let's plays are great, but like I don't think any Let's Play is really gonna go viral just by playing a game and making a joke or two. Unless you say the N-word again, you might go viral then. But typically, this is the kind of silly stuff that does go viral. Not your shit. But this whole video is probably just gonna be him super fucking pissed off and pocket watching that people are more popular than he is. That's the whole thing.
Idea to eat McDonald's every hour for 24 hours. Everyone knows it's a bad idea to eat only the Costco hot dog meal for a week. Why does everyone even watch this video? No,
Because it's funny and they want to see what happens. That's why.
honest answer, honest question. You know it's dumb. You know it's pointless. You know he's gonna hurt himself. You know nothing will be learned because this guy does it in every fucking video. I ate nothing but Buc-ee's for 1 week. I did this for 1 week. I did it. Why are we?
Why would they want to watch your videos? Why would I want to watch a DSPGaming gameplay video when he spends more time begging on stream than he ever does playing the game, and the gameplay's always going to be trash? I can turn that around on you too, you know that, right? Like, you can literally do that for any video. We know Phil is going to beg more times than he actually plays the game. We know he is going to be snorting and burping a lot. We know he's going to be a toxic piece of shit. So why should I bother watching your streams and your videos, Phil? Same reason why people watch this shit. Because they want to watch a train wreck. They want to watch something go wrong. They want to watch and see what happens when he does eat that many McDonald's. Everyone knows you're not supposed to eat McDonald's every fucking hour. They just want to see what happens.
Are we watching this? You know what I'm saying? You know how stupid this is? This
Oh
is
yeah,
stupid.
exactly.
Man, I wonder what would
Because he
happen.
never actually watches the whole videos, no matter what. No matter how short the actual video is, he won't actually watch the entirety of the video. The video could be 53 seconds long. He won't watch the whole video. He'll skip around it. So, like, why are you paying money for him to watch this shit in the first place? It's a waste. I mean, giving Phil money at all is a waste of money. But especially giving Phil money just to skim through a fucking video is a huge waste of money.
If every 2 hours I took a 2x4 and I smashed my testicles as hard as I could for 24 hours. I don't want to flip.
Yeah, but people would watch that, Phil. People want to see stupid shit like that, Phil. If you made that video where you're smashing your testicles with a 2x4 every hour, people would watch that. People would watch that more than they watch your boring-ass gameplay, Phil. That's how YouTube works.
Fucking, rush to the tough boss for your fucking personal satisfaction because you're a fucking sadistic bastard and you want to see me suffer.
All right, yes, because we got the king of DSP here, I forgot, who refuses to give his audience what they actually want. And he thinks he is like, knows exactly what the audience want when he never gives the audience what they actually want. You know what I'm saying? He is the master of not giving the audience what they want. And then he wonders why he's not getting any views on his videos because he doesn't give the audience what he wants. But he's supposed to be the expert in knowing what the audience wants. I forgot.
I'm gonna fight the fucking boss eventually, but I also want to find all the items and stuff. So fucking relax.
And that is why he stopped playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Because he was filming the boring sections. He was streaming the boring sections where he did all the side quests. And yeah, that's part of the game. But you like maybe for the boring side quests where you're just like collecting shit or doing the card games, you could like maybe do them offline or in your free time or fast forward through them, like edit your videos to fast forward through the card battling games because no one wants to see that shit. You know, maybe.
Good lord, it's fucking people. This is content for the sake of making pointless content that you know people are so dumb they're gonna watch it anyway and you're gonna make money.
Says the guy. Says the king of making pointless content. Says the motherfucker who stopped a gameplay stream to hang up fucking curtains. Phil, you hung up curtains during a Let's Play. Fill up. And you included that in the recording. You didn't pause that recording. You included it, Phil. So anyone who watches that stream back, for whatever God knows reason they watch that back, they're gonna see you dumbass hanging up fucking curtains. But that's somehow quality content, as opposed to this garbage. Right.
On a 1 million view video, the guy probably made
He is so jealous.
several $1,000s. Like,
This
he
is
probably
so
made, like,
projection.
$5,000 on it.
Stop
you know?
pocket watching
Money.
people.
That's stupid.
As I drive to a 24-hour McDonald's, let's talk about the 3 rules for today's challenge. First, I have to get a food item every hour of this 24-hour challenge. I can't just get a drink and call it a day. That's not fair. Second, I can't have the same food item in consecutive hours. So if I get a hash brown 1 hour, can't have it the next hour. And third, if I skip an hour of eating even by a minute, the challenge is over and it's a failure, which honestly wouldn't be a bad thing because this is gonna fucking suck. Please do not try this at home. I am a professional dumbass. And just to show how professional...
No, you're a professional money grubber for making this kind of fucking stupid video. You don't. You shouldn't exist.
Okay, Phil, that is fucking hypocritical coming from you. Really? The king of hypocrites here. Jesus Christ.
Why? I really don't get it. I'm going to do something that's incredibly unhealthy, risky, and everyone knows is bad. And then at the end, I'm going to tell you...
Because it's funny, and people like to watch it. This man knows nothing about what the audience actually wants. He knows nothing about what people like. And then he's over here fumbling and crying and not understanding why people aren't watching his garbage content. Phil, you of all people have nothing to criticize others for their content for. Your content is utter garbage. But he honestly thinks all his older gameplay videos and stuff is worth watching. Not only worth watching, worth rewatching and reacting to his old content like it's some glorious fucking monument to the internet back in the day. Sorry. I had some Mountain Dew and I'm burping now. But it's like, he really thinks so highly of his own content that everyone else's content is trash compared to his. Which is so hypocritical because it's the opposite, Phil. No one cares about your old shitty ass content, and the only person that cares is you, and it's very obvious that no one else likes your old content. No one's going back and watching your old Let's Plays, Phil. Those aren't more worthy of watches than something like this. It's not.
It's bad, and you're gonna get to see me suffer. No, I don't want to.
People like suffering, Phil. Do you not understand that? People like when other people are uncomfortable. People love watching people get hit in the balls with a football, Phil. America's Funniest Videos. If you never watched it, like, all the winners are people that get hurt. It's people that are doing parkour and falling and hurting themselves. People love that shit.
I don't want to see it. I don't even want to watch the video because I feel like this is just so fucking stupid.
This was really stupid.
You're giving attention to someone who doesn't deserve a view because he's doing a
Oh, okay, Phil.
fucking stupid challenge video. It's trash content.
This is trash.
And then he wonders why there are like DSP detractors that clip his shit. Because you don't deserve the view, Phil. Because we would rather go to duty streams. We would rather go to WPIG or Snort Hogan to watch a clip of you, small clip, right to the point, something easy to digest and react to, rather than going to your garbage fucking channel that you don't deserve the view and trying to dig through to find that one particular point that's buried in hours long footage when someone came and conveniently clipped out the right segment that we need to see that we care about. And you wonder why people would rather go to the clip channels than yours. That's why. And your clips that you are making are utter garbage. They don't highlight the same things. They highlight things he thinks that are funny, but that aren't funny, that aren't worth watching. Because none of his shit is worth watching. None of his shit is worth the view. That's why I avoid going to his channel as much as possible, unless no one else has the thing I'm looking for.
Trash. This is complete trash. This is not good gameplay at all. I'm actually like, philosophically, I'm against this kind of content on YouTube. This is what is ruining
Philosophically, shut the fuck up.
the fucking site. Taste. I like people.
This is what's ruining the fucking site. No, that's what made YouTube in the first place, dumbass. Not your garbage.
Who are honest in themselves. I don't like people who's portraying a character, people who are acting for the camera, people who are trying to overdo it. For example, the content creators who scream at the top of their lungs every time they play a horror game, even though nothing's really scary.
Oh, you mean like yourself, Phil? Because didn't you admit before that you were playing a fucking character, huh, Phil? You've said that numerous times that you were.
Brightly colored things. They dye their hair neon colors. Why are they doing that? Because they're trying to look like cartoon characters to attract children to their... You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's ruining YouTube as a whole. This crap. This filth.
Sure,
this
Phil.
beauty content.
Well, obviously it's not, because that many people are watching it, so they must like it, Phil. Maybe the kind of content that people like changes over time, and this is what people like to watch now. You ever think of that? No one's gonna stick and keep watching the same tired shit over and over and over again with no changes whatsoever. I know you think people do, because you took 10 years, 8 years to adopt live capture and direct capture, Phil. But most people don't like that.
For clickbait views, it's fucking pathetic.
You're
I've
pathetic.
gotten a Big Mac today. I don't think I've gotten a Big Mac at all. So that's what I decided to get, except there was one huge problem here.
Thank you for stopping. At this time, we're only accepting cash.
And I don't carry cash because I'm a stupid millennial that wants to raise my interest rates and lower my credit score.
I will be back then. I'm gonna go get cash.
So I only had 10 minutes to somehow find cash, otherwise the challenge was over. Actually, maybe this was a good thing. I went to the BP that was across the street from the Sheets, that was across the street from the McDonald's, if you remember, and got some money out of the ATM before heading back to McDonald's at 3:55 a.m. and being able to order on time. Hooray, thank goodness I can continue to suffer for the next 9 hours.
I think I'm just grumpy at everything right now.
I got my coveted Big Mac meal with a small high C, which also is one of the greatest drinks of all time. And I got back to talking to the McDonald's cashier I had chatted with previously.
You know, I don't think I've ever had their high C lava burst thing. I don't think I've ever had that.
What's happening?
Still at it, man?
I'm trying.
His name was Jay, and he was super hospitable and kind.
Thank you.
I need the secrets, man. I need the secrets, man.
What secrets do you want?
What you mean? With this YouTube, eventually I'm, branch out and start doing some shit like that.
Here we go. See, here we go. So now a guy who's working an honest job, I should just quit this and I should just do stunt videos like you on YouTube, right? Like that.
You mean what you did, Phil? What you did? You were fired from a quote-unquote honest fucking job to make YouTube. You were fired, and instead of actually looking for a real fucking job, you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna start YouTube. But now you're gonna criticize this guy for not wanting to work a fast food job, which is actual hard work and sucks to work at. I know I'm screaming, I'm sorry, I'll quiet down a bit. But like, fast food jobs are like some of the worst part-time jobs you can find, right? They suck ass. Like, even worse than working like a Walmart or retail, right? Because fast food jobs are the worst. They get treated like garbage. Most of the customers are mad at you 24/7. It fucking pisses me off. Because we've all had shitty jobs that suck. We've all secretly wished or thought that, maybe if I could get my foot in the door and get started doing some good things on YouTube, I could not have to work again and actually be successful and make smart decisions, unlike this dumb motherfucker here. and actually save money. But no, we're stuck working an actual job we might not like. But hey, it's actually reliable money. I know what I'm going to make every week when I get paid, Phil. Yeah, the job, maybe I don't like the job as much as a normal person might. Oh well, it's what I have to do to survive, Phil. Okay? But you're over here like, oh, here he is working an honest job. Fuck off. You've never worked a hard job before in your life. You haven't. And working fast food is actually really fucking hard. They deserve that $15 an hour. They really fucking do. For all the bullshit they have to put up with. For the shitty management who don't know how to schedule people, always understaffing the fucking restaurant. So they get fucking swarmed with customers, lines out the, like, around the fucking building twice like a spiral. Shitty ass managers who don't do their fucking work. Being only 2 people online. And yeah, and having to work like a shitty ass shift that you don't like, that might be late in the morning, or late in the evening, / in the morning, whatever. Like, yeah, it fucking sucks to work there. Of course he's gonna want an easier job like YouTube, Phil. So why don't you shut the fuck up, since you've never known what it's like to actually do a hard day's work before in your fucking life?
That's the smart idea to do, right? No.
Fuck no.
No.
Nope.
Don't be like this guy. He's a jackass.
Don't be like you. You're an asshole. And you did the same thing this guy did. According to your own beliefs on what this guy is doing, you did the same shit. Phil, you quit. Well, you didn't quit. You got fired because you're grossly incompetent. But you got fired from a job, and instead of actually looking for another job and being a respectable citizen in a society or whatever, however they say that. Like, instead of that, you're like, I'm just gonna soak off these mentally challenged people that are my fans and keep begging for fucking money on a daily fucking basis. You know what? I bet this guy doesn't have to beg people for fucking money, Phil. He gets more than enough money from YouTube as it is. He doesn't have to beg people that watch his fucking videos every 2 seconds, Phil.
Do legit work in your life. Don't be like the stunt man here who wants. He's not even making meaningful content at all.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter if the content is quote unquote meaningful or not. Because guess what, Phil? Content is subjective. One person could really like that content and the other person, like you, doesn't. Does not matter if you view their content as meaningful or not. What is meaningful? What is meaningful? That's up to the individual to decide. And judging by the views this guy, I don't even know who the fuck this guy is. I'm defending him, but I don't know who the fuck this guy is. He's just another fucking YouTuber I never heard of. It's just pissing me the fuck off that DSP is so fucking jealous of this guy. And it's just insulting the fucking guy without knowing anything about him, while being a massive fucking hypocrite himself. Because the vast majority of YouTube has spoken that your content is meaningless garbage, judging based on the views itself, Phil. So, you're one to fucking talk. All this shit is massive projection on your end.
He's making a dumb stunt challenge video that people give him millions of views and he makes thousands of dollars on. He's hurting himself. He's hurting the site itself.
He's not hurting himself. He's not hurting the site. He's taking advantage of an opportunity that was given to him. Sorry. Jesus. He's taken advantage of an opportunity that was given to him. Or that he earned. Because I don't know where he started from. I don't know if he was a small-time creator at first and he earned this. Or if he was just, like, kind of given a boost or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know this guy. But are you saying you honestly would not do the same? You would be doing the same fucking shit. You do the same shit. Because you find something that works, and you keep milking it until it doesn't work. That is what DSP fucking does. He'll keep doing the same fucking shit. Even when it starts dying out and support keeps dropping, he refuses to change to adapt to the changing demands of the audience. Because it took him how many years to fucking get direct capture? And by that point, it was too late. So you do the same fucking thing. You incredible bastard. Shut the fuck up. Alright, have a good one. I'm almost actually done here anyway. But thanks for stopping by. I had a fun time streaming here. Have a good one. But yeah, he does the same fucking thing. Oh my god, it's so annoying.
You know, don't make garbage. That guy, I see what kind of a person he really is. It's obvious he doesn't care about the content he puts out. But they won't. People will rush back and support him. And that's what irks me. There's hardworking people out there who every day are trying to put...
You're not a hardworking person, Phil. You never fucking was. You were never a hardworking person. Do you really think playing MLB 2021 or whatever the fucking game this is hard work? Have you ever actually... Like, I know he's worked real jobs before. So that just makes it worse. The audacity of this cocksucker to claim that what he's doing sitting on a couch playing a fucking game is somehow hard work. And then you push him on it. He's like, well, I gotta babysit the uploads. I gotta upload. I gotta record. Then I gotta go downstairs and eat and come back. This is the fucking easiest, cushiest job anyone could fucking have, Phil. It's not hard work. Streaming is not hard work, Phil. But you know what is hard work? Working at any fast food chain. That's hard work. And you wouldn't last a goddamn day working in any customer service job. In any retail environment. I would love to see you do what Kat does for a day. Wherever Kat works, because I don't even know where Kat works. Wherever the fuck store Kat works. I would love to see you go and do her job for a day, Phil. Because I guarantee you would not be able to handle it. You would get fired within that fucking day. Guaranteed.
Put out valid content, not trying to pull pranks and stunts and stupid shit, but instead actually care about their jobs, care about content, care about streaming.
You
and those
clearly
are the people who
don't.
Support it, not people who are going to just pull stunts for attention. It's fucking ridiculous in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. You can disagree.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I do disagree, because your opinion is fucking shit. It's clearly biased to favor you and disfavor everyone else. It's literally a coping mechanic to try to justify why you're not as successful as you wish you were, Phil. This is literally projecting your insecurities about your own content out into the world. It's a way for you to justify to yourself why you're not as successful as you once were. When in reality, you're not successful anymore because your content sucks ass, Phil.
You can go support the guy. I can't stop you. Go right ahead. If you have a talent, if you're a musician, if you're a rapper, if maybe you're a guru on a topic, you like cars.
You're none of those, by the way. You have no talents. You have no skills. Phil, you have no talent.
You're good at video games. You're a comedian.
Being good at video games is not a talent, Phil. I'm sorry I'm screaming. I really am. I'm trying to calm down, but every sentence this fucker makes in this video is pissing me off. Calm down. Calm down. Drawing is a talent, right? But you don't just one day pick up a fucking pencil and draw a really amazing picture. You don't. That's not how it happens. It takes practice. And once you get to a good enough level drawing, it's a talent, right? It's a skill. It's nice. But you got to work at it. You got to work and apply yourself and practice, right? I don't think playing a video game is a talent. I'm almost 100% sure. Now, maybe someone disagrees with me. In the same way, maybe it could be argued that it's not so much a skill, but it's like perseverance and practicing would eventually get you good at video games. But most people are pretty decent at video games just right from the get-go. Like the first game they pick up, they're probably pretty decent at it. Better than Phil. and most people are going to be better than Phil. Like, you take a 16-year-old kid who probably never played a video, like, say you can somehow find, right? Because most people have played a video game since they were very young, at least someone. But you take a person who has never played a video game before, and you give them a controller, and after about an hour or two, they're probably playing average at best in terms of, like, compared to most people, right? They're playing on average. They've learned how to figure it out really quickly. And they could probably play it on average and you wouldn't even know it's their first day playing a game, right? If you somehow were able to find someone who never played it before. You're like, it's not like it takes years and years of hard work and skill and practicing to get to an average level of playing a game. It doesn't. And then you have DSP, who sucks at playing games in general, first of all. So he's not very good at playing video games. He's awful at playing video games. And then you have like, oh, you got like the Souls-like games, and they're really, really hard, right? But Phil proves that all you really need is perseverance, not so much skill. Because Phil bashes his head into a brick wall every fucking time with these Souls-like games, and eventually he clears it. Not because of skill, not because he's good at games, but through perseverance of will alone. I don't consider that a skill, Phil. I don't consider that a fucking talent. Because everyone pretty much plays video games in this day and age. Or most people do. The majority of people play video games. And the majority of the people that play video games play it competently. I wouldn't label that a fucking talent, Phil. This man is fucking delusional.
You know what I'm saying? Then you become a YouTuber. Don't do what this fucking jackass does. Don't make this garbage content that ruins the fucking site and the business, okay?
Doesn't matter. He's making a lot of money doing it. Good for him. It does not matter. There's no criteria needed that you need to surpass that criteria in order to upload videos to YouTube, Phil. The whole point of YouTube is you advertising yourself. You uploading your own content. That's what YouTube is, Phil. That's the beauty of YouTube, Phil. That's the point of it. Doesn't matter if other people think the content is good or not. Because honestly, most people think your content is shit. And it is shit. So it doesn't matter if you think his content is bad or not. A lot of people like it. And he's getting paid for it, so who gives a shit? It's entertaining people. You don't have the final say-so in if something is entertaining or not to the masses, Phil. You don't. You're not the end-all, be-all, authorization. Can't even say it. The end-all, be-all fucking authority on if something is entertaining or not, Phil. You just aren't. So shut the fuck up. Because you've done the same goddamn thing. You were fired from a job, and you took the easy route by making trash content on YouTube. Clogging up YouTube servers with, what, over 60,000 useless garbage videos that you have on your website. 60,000 videos. Over 60,000 videos on 3 YouTube channels? And you have the audacity to criticize this random guy for entertaining people, and clearly there's an audience for his content. How many views to this video? Over 1 million views on this video alone. Clearly there's an audience for this, Phil. Clearly people want this because they vote with their views, Phil.
Okay, that's it. I'm not watching any more of this. I'm sorry. It's against my belief system of what YouTube should.
Well, no one gives two shits about your shitty-ass belief system, Phil, because they're warped as much as you are.
Be as someone who's done YouTube for 16 years and busted his ass. They'll get their comeuppance? I don't know. See, here's the
Busted his ass. You haven't busted shit.
thing, like,
for every situation where someone gets their comeuppance, there's another 25 people who don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually a rarity in this day and age where someone actually gets their just desserts. It just seems like this is a completely unfair world a lot of times. And, you know, the actual hard workers who should be out there and should actually be getting the credit. And by the way, I'm not necessarily just talking about me. I'm talking about many people.
You're not talking about you. You're right. Because guess what? You're getting your comeuppance right now, Phil. I am your comeuppance. I am your karma. All detractors are your karma, your comeuppance, right? We as detractors are your karma. You deserve all of us. We are here because of the actions that you have created, that you have chosen, Phil. We are the universe's answer to all the negativity that you've put out over the years of you being on YouTube. Over 15 years on YouTube, and us as detractors are here because of you. We are here because you deserve us, Phil. We are the karma that you deserve.
Out there who are genuine, who love what they do, who do it for the sake of loving it, not for the sake of a paycheck.
That's not you either, Phil. You obviously are only doing this for a fucking paycheck. Because it's very clear you don't like playing video games.
Even though it's fun to make money doing it, those people get looked over, glossed over, tossed to the side, while it's these elitist guys who get all the attention, and it's never going to change. It's like in television,
this
movies,
projection.
every kind of advertising, anything. It's always
This
fucking like
projection.
this. These corporations get involved and ruin everything. To actually make meaningful content, to see a fucking moron like this making million-view videos that are harmful to the entire site, yeah.
The jealousy. Holy shit.
Go fuck itself. Okay.
The massive amount of jealousy and cope and projection there. I am sorry. I got so heated. I really am. I did not expect to get that upset at this cocksucker. But here I am getting upset at this asshole. I apologize. I should be better than that. I should. But with that being said, I think I'm going to end the stream right now. My throat is hurting from screaming at this asshole. And I gotta make something to eat, so yeah, just pisses me off a little bit. The amount of hypocrisy and projection, the cognitive dissonance in this man's brain that has to go through in order to spout the words that he has said. I'm surprised his brain does not combust with the cognitive dissonance that has to go through his head just to say that. It's insane. He needs to be studied by multiple psychologists somewhere. He needs to be studied by multiple psychologists, like in a lab, writing down pencils, watching this guy's shit, coming up with diagnoses. They could study his brain. Phil needs to like donate his brain to science one day. He really does. Because one day we're going to see just like they're going to hold the brain up and it's going to be super deformed, shriveled up, have little black spots and tumors all over it probably. I wouldn't be surprised. And we could probably, like, psychologists could probably learn a lot of shit from this guy. A lot, like, they'd probably invent brand new mental illnesses they didn't even, even know about. They'd be like, holy shit, we just found out, like, 3 different brand new mental illnesses from this asshole. Holy fuck. What was this person doing? What was his upbringing like to craft this person that we see before us right now? He really should get studied somewhere, but I digress. I want to thank everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, leave a like below. If you get 100 likes, I'll give you a bubble blow. Not really. But no, I mean, like, if you like it, leave a like. I do respond to comments, so if you have a question or just want to, like, say something, I will respond, anything like that. And I'll see you guys probably in a week for the next time. Have a good, what day is Monday? Have a good rest of the week, I guess. And be safe out there. Bye.